Try something different. Oh, bitchin'. We're good now? Sweet tits. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back. What the fuck? You just said go live. God damn. You know what? I deserve that. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Welcome back here to the Horny Goat YouTube channel, Horny Goat Podcast Network. It is your favorite show on a Sunday night. It is No Bucks Given. It is episode 45. As Heather's having a time of her life, she's high off fumes over there in that in that fucking gas chamber that is there. We got the whole fam here. We got Heather, we got JP, we got Canadian Basement, and yours truly, Mr. Marvel 613. What up, fam?
I'm just trying to find out why they call it a fucking HIV, because apparently that's what everybody wants to fucking talk.
It's HIV. It sounds like HIV.
This is why we had this question. Like, if you're gonna label a grocery store HIV is what they label it.
No, it's not. No. Like, see, there you go. You assume that's what it is. No, it's right. HY.
Someone doesn't know how to spell.
It's not even a fucking word anymore. I thought it was like high C, the drink.
No, it's a combination of two fucking people.
I
think is what it is, and they just called it a high V. Like, oh my god, I'm done with you. I just want to
look it up. Kind of
give me shit for my dad jokes.
Hey, that was real and made sense.
I want to thank everybody for joining us live in the Chizat. I know people are still rolling in because not a single person's chatted yet.
Why do they call it that?
Oh fuck! This is I can already feel this is gonna be like a really thank you. I can just already tell this is gonna be a fucking weird episode, and I'm all for it. And it's the first time we've been back in a week because we took last week off. So little weird that we have to get caught up to thing. What's up, real Cody? Joining us in the Chizat.
I want to meet Cody.
How's everybody doing? I know Heather's probably Heather and JP are suffering over there from noxious fumes.
Yes. Well, I'm trying. I think it might be over, but I don't know.
Trying?
You're in the eye of the storm.
It's Brownstorm.
I'm sleeping in the living room.
No, you're not.
That's probably a smart idea.
Your daughter will sleep in the fucking.
I can sleep in the shower on the floor. I don't care.
Whatever. There's something that looks like an acid burn on the mattress, then I mean, it's for safety and security.
It's still a stupid name for a grocery store. Hy-Vee, come on.
Oh my gosh, shut the fuck up. That's what it's called. Just deal with it.
I mean, let's be fair here. Florida's has Publix, which is really dangerously sounds like pubic hair.
Yes.
So
actually, most grocery stores have terrible names.
Yeah.
Well, I can tell you right now, it's really fucking popular. So
I mean, we got Stop and Shop, which is, of course, that's just a fucking redundant stop and shop. I can't shop. You told me to fucking stop.
Piggly Wiggly is a thing somewhere.
Used to have Pathmark and King Cullen.
We've got the Hasty Market. How hasty can you be?
Call the grocery store a Piggly Wiggly. Like, what the fuck is that?
What?
Sounds good in my mouth.
There is a Piggly Wiggly that used to be called Dick's.
Yep, Wiggly Dixon cider card.
Wiggly Dicks.
It was called a Dixon cider card.
I don't want to talk
I think they finally figured out. Let's read that one time, and it like everybody's like Dick's cider card.
Yep.
Everybody thought that's where you go to pick up prostitutes. I guess I don't know.
Nope, it's just high quality.
H2O.
I mean, if nobody told me a Piggly Wiggly was a grocery store and they said we're going to the Piggly Wiggly, I have no idea what to expect.
I think that sounds like a farm,
a petting zoo or something.
Yeah, I was gonna say that sounds like a farm to me.
That knows would tell you it's a grocery store.
Yeah, but when it first became a thing, but you know what? It's one of those words that you kind of like saying, which I guess works to its advantage.
Piggly Wiggly.
Metro, no frills, a Loblaws. That all sounds like shit.
A what?
Yep.
Was a Jedi used to open PDF files?
Adobe?
Obi-Wan Kenobi.
I hate you. I hate everybody. Ooh, now we got some people in the chat. There we go. It just took.
There we go. Just took a little team. We got Jurgen, we got Cody, we got Alpha, we got Federico going on. What's up, guys? This is probably gonna be a very different type of No Bucks Given. We do have a couple things to talk about, but we're gonna experiment and try new things here this evening in terms of just kind of. Well, you just heard us rambling. you just heard us just going off rambling and coherent about fucking grocery stores. What was the big thing that you guys liked? Growing up as kids, like that you were excited to get from the grocery store. Was there any like particular thing?
Food.
I was excited to get fucking Fruity Pebbles.
Really?
Yeah, mom didn't. My mom would not. We couldn't get that. It was back in the day. It was expensive. Like the fruity flavored sugared cereals were more expensive than the regular Cheerios. So mom's like, you can put sugar on it because it's all the same.
Oh yeah, I mean,
it's basically colored sugar, little cubes or pellets or whatever the fuck you want to call it. What about you, Baseman?
Kind of the same deal. Like, I mean, not necessarily that, but like anything that was what we considered like kind of like trashy food, like the like Lucky Charms cereal or like Fruit by the Foot. My fucking family didn't buy like that kind of food. So when it crossed my path, and my sister didn't devour it for me, right? She would eat all the fucking all the like all colorful Lucky Charms out of it and leave it as Cheerios.
Oh, so that's the worst. You don't eat the mushrooms?
The
mushrooms. Fucking mushroom. I'm tripping on the Lucky Charms.
Oh, no.
She'd eat all the marshmallows and leave the fucking nasty ass.
Such a dick move.
Yeah, she was. It is.
We have a soda. I don't know if you've ever heard it. It's called Jolly Good. And it just has flavored sodas like grape, orange, cherry, lemon, lime, cola.
Kind of like a generic brand.
Did you ever see the Last Samurai?
I wouldn't say it was a generic brand.
There's a link. Sorry. Huh? There's in the Last Samurai. There's like one guy that keeps saying Jolly Good in it, and I never knew why. But he was like a fan favorite.
Well, I don't think that's why. But so the Jolly Good soda was something that it was a treat for us to get that. It was like getting 10 cents a can.
Oh, so, the cheap shit was good sometimes. Yeah. Had there was anything?
It's a can. We'd get all the 30 fucking flavors that they had.
They're still pretty cheap today.
They're 69 cents a can. They're still more than the fucking regular can.
69 cents. Heather, was anything like when you were growing up? Was anything like you were like, oh, man, I'd love to get this at a grocery store?
Oh God. Especially around this time of year, the Farm Fresh apple cider that they rolled in.
Oh yeah,
apple cider is fucking nice shit.
I can't. I will get so fucking full if I drink way too much of it way too fucking fast.
No, we used to go to like it was like an apple picking place or something, and like it was like I don't know, was it apple pick? I don't know what the fuck. It was cold. It was corn. It was like they'd roast corn up, and they'd like give out these little cups of apple cider, hot apple cider. Oh man.
I am really fucking weird when it comes to apple drink. I love apples. I mean, I can't really eat them anymore. I can. I just have to cut them up and mush them up like applesauce because I'm old. But apple cider, I can't. I don't like the spice and shit. I just
cinnamon. I had like some cinnamon or something in it. I don't know.
Too keen. I don't know why.
Is it like the thickness of it? Because it's obviously like thicker than juice.
I just don't like it.
I like a little bit of it, but it has to be hot.
I love that. I don't like the smell like green apple Skittles. Fucking hate them.
I hate Skittles in general. They all taste gross.
I actually love Skittles.
I don't know.
But they changed all the green candies to fucking apple. Like, why?
Because it was more popular.
Clearly, I was about to say there's a high demand for it, apparently.
Because that's one of those flavors that should be a fucking regular flavor ever.
I love how Skittles too is also that type of that food that I love when it's like, what's the flavor? Red.
Yeah.
The color is the flavor.
If you're gonna get me Gatorade, get me the purple ice one.
I remember when I was a kid, my mom would not let me have. They weren't Kool-Aid. The you know how they have the Kool-Aid jammers, little plastic bottle.
Uh-huh.
You know, nope. There was another one called Squeeze-Its,
I
and
remember those.
Squeeze-Its had like the face of the like different characters on them. Fucking smart marketing. And so I'm like, oh, I want these ones and this one, and blah blah blah. And my mom was like, no, it's pure sugar. And of course, my dad's like, fuck it. And then like when he knew it was my mom's turn to watch me on the weekend, he'd be like, have one on Friday, and just like let me go fucking crazy. But the speaking of the cereal thing, I went there actually today, and the part that's really funny to me is when you see like the brands, the high brands, Kellogg's, all that shit, and then you see like the generic brands that are in bags.
Yes.
That's
No,
still
we
really.
don't have that.
Those
It's
are
weird.
like
We have
bagged milk over
milk in
there.
bags, and every cereal's
Yeah.
in a box.
those cereals in a bag are getting more expensive than the fucking brand name cereals.
You get more in those bags.
You know,
Cereal's in a bag in a box.
in smaller bags, you know.
Oh no, I'm talking like you can like
Oh god.
like I'm building a pyramid.
There is, you know, the little bags of the cereals are getting more expensive than the fucking
Name brand.
brands are.
Pay for that cardboard box, man.
Right? It's recyclable. People are all fucking plastic.
The bag is recyclable too, but it's never used here in the States. It's always sent overseas to be used.
Mm-hmm.
Plastic bag over your fucking head, choke your fucking ass out, you fucking whiny bitches. Anyway,
Anyways, sir, I was just asking paper or plastic.
do I look like I fucking care? Give me either or. Whenever somebody asks me that, because there was one grocery store that asked that, oh, the commissary, on post commissaries, they asked you if you want paper or plastic. I look at them. Do I look like somebody that gives a shit about paper or
We
plastic?
can't get plastic.
handles?
We can't get plastic here anymore.
Do the paper ones at least have handles?
No,
Or is it just a regular?
Oh,
Fuck
yeah.
that then.
it's just those brown fucking.
Fuck it, kill some
paper
trees so I
bags.
can make it easier for me to get you.
You got to bring your own fucking reusable bags. It's the only way to go.
Yep, they're getting this, there's some stores getting the same way out here too.
Yeah.
There are some places like closer to Boston that are doing that, and it is the biggest eye roll because they're like, oh, it costs extra to get the plastic bag, to save the. They don't give a shit. They're just don't.
I said, just give me the fucking plastic bag.
Right?
Basically.
The stupid
That way
thing
we
is
can-
too, like I use those plastic bags for garbage bags. After,
Yeah.
and
Yep.
then once they're gone, it's
And
like,
they're
oh, gotta
really
change
plastic.
everything now.
Because everyone has under their sink a big bag of all the plastic bags they've ever collected.
Yeah, the
It's a
bag of
thing
bags.
everywhere.
The bag of bags.
A bag of bags, one bag to rule them all. We also got Tim joining us in the chat. What's up, Tim?
Class house without a bag of bags, a junk drawer
Yep.
that has literally everything
Yeah,
in it.
yeah. There's the junk drawer and the bag of bags. There is commonalities that doesn't matter where you come from. You will have a junk drawer and a bag of bags.
Right?
Hold on. There was a list I know that I saw. It said something like that, like something funny, and that's in every kitchen in the world you see like these items. Oh fucking hell! Hold on, let me see if I can find it. Gotta be quick about this. Come on.
Okay, we got the chat here. Alpha says that he only has his local grocery store's chain. He doesn't have a chain down there, but it's called Rouse's, I guess, or that's the
Rouse.
family that owns it. I mean, that's kind of like we have chain grocery stores that are owned by individuals. So it'll be like Chris's No Frills or some stupid shit like that.
Tim knows because Tim and I actually work together at a grocery store, and there's a chain up here that I still go to. That because it's just like you have like Stop and Shop, which is like the big brand name that you see like in all all the places.
Come and go.
And then we have
Yeah.
There's a few of them out here.
and Market Basket is ours up here, and that one's where like everything is dirt cheap, and I don't give a shit. I don't know what it is about fucking the store brand cheap shit. Sometimes is just so damn good. I don't know what it is. It's it tastes like savings. Yeah, sure fucking does.
Botulism.
Let me. We do have some other things we're gonna chit chat about in the description if you guys want to follow along some of the conversations. But like I said, it's gonna be very like just chillaxed. Oh, fuck it. If you haven't got that from the fucking intro. So I did, I'm not going to lie, I laughed my ass off at the whole thing about the FTX trading.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Oh, my God. So,
my favorite thing in fucking media today.
Can I just say that I will be the first to admit that I was very, very skeptical of crypto.
Yes.
Because you like the concept, I'm not gonna lie, is fascinating. To be able to generate your own currency digitally with no physical like media presence or like tangible presence is extremely intriguing to me. But I'm like, there needs to be some sort of stability behind this.
There
and I
is
see like
0% stability.
Well, but I see like, oh, we're now accepting Bitcoin. I'm like, cool and everything. And then all of a sudden, this happened. So the news is that Tom Brady and Larry David among those accused of defrauding investors in FTX collapse. So former FTX trading CEO, NFL quarterback Tom Brady, supermodel Giselle Bundchen. I never heard her name.
Tom Brady's used to be wife.
Right.
Oh, okay. And comedian Larry David are among a celebrity-studded list of people accused of defrauding investors who lost money in the cryptocurrency exchange's sudden collapse. A proposed class action filed in federal court in Florida late Tuesday names those four, along with other athletes and entertainers, as defendants in the case. All promoted FTX, one of the world's largest crypto trading platforms exchanges, before it declared bankruptcy on November 11th, with the company now under investigation for possible security violations. I'll be very honest.
Yes, 100%.
If I can, yeah, come on.
The kicker with that is, as soon as they declared bankruptcy, almost $1 billion ended up missing from their fund.
This is very.
So Frodo and Gollum got together.
Oh my god, the whole like storyline behind this too. I've never this is like the first time where someone was like this guy. Freed, what is his name? Fucking something Freed.
Sam Bankman-Fried.
Bankman-Fried.
Okay, this guy went from I never saw him, knew nothing about him, to like being like buddy with Tom Brady and like about to be at like the White House or something, and I'm like, what the fuck? This guy came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yep, he did that thing that I seen on Twitter with Tom Brady, and then the next thing you know, he turns around. It's right when the FTX thing came about. I'm like, what the fuck is this? Who's this fucking guy? Who's Frodo Baggins here with Tom Brady, right? He's talking about we're gonna do some investing today, and he just turned around and walks away.
He turned away when Tom Brady sat there and said, we might do a couple of TikToks before we get going, and Sam was just like, and then walked away.
Yeah, I don't.
Jesus Christ!
It's so weird.
The red flags were always there. Look at him. Interview this guy did. He's sitting there.
This is literally a guy who just lived in a basement. Okay,
it's the burning dog. Everything's fine.
He came out of the fucking space simulator. His whole body's jittering.
What do you guys think of crypto in general? I
actually do have some cryptocurrency.
Oh, I don't understand it. Like what?
I dabbled in it.
Explain it to me. So how much crypto would it take for me to get $1?
So
it has value equal to dollars. It's not like one crypto, for instance, like one Bitcoin is worth right now about $22,000.
It's about the same as like stocks, and I'm grossly oversimplifying here, but it's the same idea where like
I don't think anybody truly understands it, even the people that are in it.
Your understanding of it.
Can you possibly be more generic?
So Bitcoin is worth more than the US dollar.
Yes, but it's not a currency like that.
It's
not like an exchange, but it's sort of is.
It's basically the new form of stock exchange.
It's if you treat it like if the way you look at it is like a stock where like the value can go up and down.
Yeah, but stocks are worth money.
Yes, and you can withdraw it for money.
So my question is, can I sell that Bitcoin and get $22,000?
Yes. You have $22,000 to buy for a fucking piece of Bitcoin.
Yes, you can.
Yeah, okay, so I'm just trying to figure out. I've heard this Bitcoin was like when it first started. I'm like, this Bitcoin, it's not worth anything.
It wasn't. You could have bought Bitcoin for like
why is this
2
becoming
cents.
more valuable than the dollar?
It's like banking on technology that runs certain platforms.
Yeah.
Like blockchain technology is the technology behind Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. It has to do with running systems of payment, the one that I invested in. And they use that system of payment within the platform for Bitcoin.
I will admit it is still.
It's super confusing, and
it's
my
confusing,
mind
but it's
exploded.
Fascinating, though.
I would never advise anybody to invest in Bitcoin unless you were willing to like if you have extra cash and you want to like throw it there to see what happens just by chance.
I would say I dabbled in like I'm talking like less than $30 in terms of crypto because I did want to see what like how the trend went, the patterns and all that stuff, and so it is
Mine's
intriguing.
All over the place. I've gained, I've lost, I've gained, I've lost in the same day.
Yep. Yeah. Fucking minutes. So it's just like the stock exchange in terms of that goes, but like
it's way more volatile than the stock exchange.
Though. Again, gross oversimplification of something that I barely fucking understand. Now, I don't know. Do you think the celebrity should get fucking sued
for what?
The article basically
in like a scheme.
Are they knowingly involved? I don't know the whole story.
I don't think any of them actually knew what was going on with Sam's way of running the business. I think he kept them in the dark in that point, and then just made himself a billionaire.
Yeah.
And what he did was basically take a lot of money and gamble that money immediately. He never really had the money. It was always like constantly moving, and then it was just all lost. From my understanding of like the little article I read.
Well, Gollum got on. Go ahead, Heather. Gollum. Or Gollum. It's all right.
I don't know what her name is anyway.
Sam's girlfriend Gollum got on a fucking podcast and was actually bragging at the fact that, at one point I lost $1,000.
Nice.
I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, well, she was high on amphetamines, and she's like, yeah, I really believe in Chinese polyamorism or something. I'm like, what the fuck are you like? She starts talking about like having sex with a bunch of people in a room, and it's like, what the fuck? This is not somebody I would give money to.
No, but I just want to talk about the Sam Bankman and his girlfriend, man. Look at them two.
Well, this is kind of the people you expect to be in that like super nerdy end of technology.
Oh, she doesn't look nerdy. She looks like Gollum.
She looks like Gollum dressed as a nerd.
And never came down.
Now I did say Alpha posted a video in our Discord for No Bucks Given. I did watch it, and it has to do a lot with like showing like Marxist environment, like fascism and things like that. So I do want to point out that I'll probably like link back to that certain conversations Alpha, and it was but like I can remember this this Asian dude that's like American, but he was like the wealthy dad or whatever. Do you guys remember this guy? Asian man called the Wealthy Dad. He like published a bunch of books and had like a TV show, I want to say, or something.
I think so.
Who, Larry David?
No.
What?
Oh God, it's happening.
I think Heather needs to go get some fresh air.
So I know he's linking to it that like because it talks about inflation and what like the world is trying to do to like it's a pretty interesting take. But again, it's one of those things that like I'll listen to it, but I'll also like I'll listen to the other side too. Type deal.
You'll have Mom do it when she comes back.
Yeah, I mean it is interesting, and I do believe a lot of it has a point because it links back to like people not knowing that they're communists.
Inflation is always done deliberately. Doesn't matter how it's done or where it's done. It's just always done deliberately.
So the most interesting part of the video, and this is what kind of why I wanted to bring it up, because it talks about like true capitalism is a dog eat dog world, right? Where like if you're not good enough, you get shut down.
Yes, you do.
And therefore we like America as a whole does not have that, because there's so many bankrolled like GM and all these other companies that were on the brink of bankruptcy got government handouts to stay alive. That is not capitalism. You're keeping companies alive that can't support themselves. I know that there's reasons behind it, but it doesn't align with true capitalist ideals. And this is where like it starts talking about communism stuff. It is interesting. I don't really know where I'd fit in here, but I did want to mention it because I know we put it in the chat.
Right. The funny thing is, you mentioned that we had Obama who gave money to the fucking to GM and Ford and all of them, and now we've got Joe Biden who wants to shut down everybody having a fucking car that runs on fuel. Like, what the?
It doesn't make any sense. I know. But what they did is they tried to keep them afloat long enough to kind of adhere to the different market and create those type of cars, right? Because that's kind of what the plan is. And they'd rather be in control of the companies creating those cars than a foreign company creating energy efficient vehicles.
I don't know why they did it, and I think that's why they did it.
Oh, you can tell. Like there's like. It's just pure control of people.
They're still making those other cars.
This is the thing. Like I've as soon as I heard that they're like, hey, well here they're like, oh, by 2035 we want everybody to be electric. I'm like, you might want that, but I ain't switching to an electric vehicle unless you're buying it for me.
Exactly, and then putting us on battery replacement plans that you pay for.
Yeah, there's so much to work out with electric vehicles. This is why I really wanted like a longer time of the hybrid vehicle. The hybrid vehicle should be what we were looking at for like 50 years.
Yes,
correct.
And then moving to electric once electric was set up properly. But now they want to introduce electric, they want to introduce self-driving. There's so much new technology they're inserting that can go terribly wrong. You guys saw the fucking video. I saw the video of the fucking Tesla killing people in China.
Wait, what?
So a Tesla was like slowly going to park, but apparently the like driver lost all control and it just started speeding by itself.
I saw that video.
Out of control and crashed into it, killed 2 people. And now
China, you said?
Yeah, there's questions about whether like the driver had any way of stopping the vehicle. I'm like, doesn't like technically hitting the brake override everything the vehicle's doing?
It's supposed to.
But I like.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
It's wild. So that's like
Terminator.
You know, the car accelerated. What the fuck?
But you see how that just seemingly happens the same fucking day Elon Musk takes over Twitter. Coincidence?
Oh. God damn. Sorry, I just saw the video.
One I could give a shit. I was hoping for a draw.
Yeah, I saw that at Rue.
Yeah, nobody cares about fucking
Not here anyway.
Spoilers. Basement might, but who cares?
I don't give a fucking shit.
EW anyway.
But yeah, so cars, I like, unless they can give me a credit to make a down payment for a car.
Oh, for the forced change, yeah, it's not happening. And
listen, I just got one, right? Fucking.
They're saying 10 years from now. So I guess like the only car that I'd be able to afford at that point in time probably is like a 10-year-old Tesla that was just driven into the earth and the batteries about to explode.
So when I was looking to get another car, I legitimately was like, I kind of wanted to. I kind of am curious to try an electric car that has no.
I've been in a Tesla, and there's really intriguing parts of it. However, I don't want to be driving somewhere and realize that I need electricity to start a vehicle instead of gas with convenience sake.
Well, the problem, the one that I was actually looking at too was I think Nissan makes one called the Leaf.
Mm-hmm.
It's also electric, and I was like, oh, that could be
Rhymes
neat.
with queef.
But the only that too, that's what JP's doing right now. But the only problem is that I don't have
I have to skip my pants in like 20 minutes. All right.
20 minutes.
Yeah.
How long have we been in the air for?
30 minutes. Gotcha.
See, Wendy's got the right idea. But I couldn't. I had nowhere to fucking charge except for, like, across the street, the restaurant, like right across the street from me where I live. But I almost thought about it. But yeah, I was gonna say, or you just plug it into.
Depends on how much you drive. If it's like city driving, but if you're ever gonna go on a long trip, you're basically fucked.
I'm driving basically into Boston every single day.
Yeah, well, Boston probably has like certain areas for it. But the one thing I was surprised about, it's like driving a fucking iPhone.
That's what it looks like from what I've seen in the videos.
To be honest, everything is there's a tablet inside that operates everything, pretty much.
So it's electric.
Yep. And the one thing that surprised me is the acceleration is ridiculous.
You know what? Now that you brought up the whole freaking
because of the
that
electric
video
powered stuff, it can go. Yeah. It's literally in that car. It's probably the fastest vehicle I've ever been in to go from like 0 to 60.
Yep.
Fucking super fast.
Oh yeah.
And it also like knew where you were on the like I have an old vehicle, right? But like it knew where you were constantly while driving. So like it like once you put it in like auto mode and it drives itself, it uses like the cameras in it to judge how far ahead it is and behind like how far ahead the next vehicle is and how far behind and the sides to keep you in the lanes.
There was these guys. I wish I could find the video. I'm sure I can pull it up if you look on YouTube. But their goal was like, can we hack a? I'm not sure if it was a Tesla, but it was some car. It might have been something like electric. Could have been a Tesla to shut it off, and they did.
Oh, I'm sure.
they hacked into it with a computer from their home base, and they shut the car off in the middle of the fucking highway. So that's fun.
Like there's so many like questions that arise. This is why I fucking hate the world that we live in right now. All the changes that like I think should happen are good. People want to happen overnight.
Yeah.
And it never works. You got to give things time to like get right.
First and foremost, we need to build up our infrastructure so we can handle all of those homes charging an electric vehicle. First and foremost.
And I've seen videos on fucking online of people being like, "Oh, my Tesla's broke down. Good thing I have a gas generator in the back to charge it." I'm like, "What the fuck is the point now?"
People fucking love me. I don't like gas vehicles, but I'll buy a gas for a generator. Fucking moron, fucking people. These fucking people just need to fucking go fucking.
President.
They need to go to Alcatraz and try to fucking go through the maze.
Fucking sat there and said, if we lose power, you can plug your car into the house and run your house off of the car. No, it don't work that way.
For about 15 minutes.
Yeah, Alpha, we probably won't watch it on air just because we can't show it, and we'll just be sitting there and not saying anything. But I do encourage you guys to watch it after this, and I'll try to bring up some of the points it had while we do the show if they're relevant.
Oh, okay.
Because it's a pretty interesting take on like the world and how it is.
Yeah.
Well, America, not the world.
Dakota and Gollum are going to prison, I think.
Oh God, yes. She can get pounded by 18,000 fucking people in there.
Well, the problem with that, so here's the thing. They are huge donators of the Democratic Party.
This is like such a red flag.
For the SEC.
Yes. Yes. You didn't know that? So, no. Okay, well, you do now.
Yep.
But
that's why the FTX thing is pretty fucking hilarious.
I personally think they're honestly going to sweep the shit under the fucking... Not sweep it under the rug, but they're going to not punish anybody.
No, because if they have to punish somebody, they have to punish everybody.
That's why I don't think anything's going to happen.
This is the problem. It's like just a broken system that you're basically fucked from the get-go.
To other countries.
They had a global system.
So, But again, I don't think anything's going to come of it. That's all.
Well, I mean, nothing super public, but you'll probably hear like charges laid against fucking Friedman or Bank, whatever the fuck his name is, and Golem. But it'll be like in such like a small article that nobody. Because what the fuck? I've never seen these people before. Now they're everywhere.
I call him Frodo.
Frodo and fucking Smeagol or whatever. My precious over there.
Speaking of monsters, Casey Anthony is getting a fucking TV deal? Are you fucking serious?
Honestly, like everything I see and everything.
You know what? You know what's going to happen? People are going to watch it.
Of course they are, because monsters run the fucking world.
Yep.
It's like if you're a monster, you're gonna succeed for some fucked up reason. She killed her fucking kid and gets a TV deal out of it.
And here's the thing: people want to fucking watch the shit.
You know what it is? It's the true crime audience that has glorified these fucking monsters, man.
And that's what I was gonna say. Stop fucking talking about these people. What good are they doing society by being? Well, it'll keep people from wanting to kill people. Bullshit. No, it won't. The fuck kind of
why does she get any?
The people that go on these fucking killing sprees are the people that want the attention because they saw their idol get the attention.
So the whole story with her was she was too busy wanting to have a single life
and party.
She just like I can't remember if she did she just neglect the kid or did I can't remember the exact story of how
neglecting it and then
how'd the kid die?
Reported the child missing.
Oh, okay, yeah. Did they ever find the kid?
She did not.
They did.
Oh yeah, they did. The kid was like dead on the side of the road or something.
So now she's blaming her dad.
Of course she is.
She's saying that apparently her father staged Kaylee's death, intending to make it look like she had drowned in the swimming pool by accident. When no one was looking, she speculates that he may have done so to cover up his sexual abuse of the 2-year-old. Jesus fucking Christ! What's left?
The thing is, like, this is coming from like a very
her.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
the worst fucking person to listen to. I just honestly put the father and the daughter in a house, light it on fire, and walk away.
Yeah. Make sure all the doors.
Don't give them a fucking Netflix deal for fuck's sakes.
You can put in that house photo.
Like the only way this should be revisited is by like authority figures.
Yes.
To investigate further, and then somebody could do like a podcast saying there's new information. But doing like a full blown show where you pay her to be on it is fucking disgusting. And is this Netflix or something else?
Peacock, baby.
Oh man, like so this is becoming a trend.
Yes,
Netflix did the Dahmer stuff, and that got a lot of heat.
Right. If you don't like someone, why in the fuck would you want to fucking watch them? Give them money so that they can become even bigger than what they already are.
Because people won't connect the fact that watching them feeds them money. And it gives them money, but they've also already been paid. Watching them just gives Peacock money.
Strength over there, Jesus Christ!
I will say this. I will say this personally. I don't care.
I ain't gonna watch it. That's for sure.
I ain't gonna watch it because I'll watch the documentary of the case, but I'm not gonna watch her talk about.
No, because that's just like
you watch. She's gonna fucking indict herself in this series.
That happened.
I thought she was in witness protection.
That happened on that one show, that HBO show Jinx.
What's that?
The Jinx. The guy fucking indicted himself. He went to the washroom and forgot his mic was on, and basically confessed to the crime. And they put his ass in jail. And he was like a high-end fucking super rich. Terrible person.
Stupid. I thought Casey Anthony was on witness protection for.
I don't know the whole story. I just know
she didn't change her name to child killer.
I get her and the Lacey Peterson shit's confused sometimes.
It should have been like, you know what? We're not going to put you in jail, but you have to change your identity, and your name has to be child killer.
This is how much I know about this. I was literally, when the Casey Anthony case was going on. I'm like, they're still doing that? I thought
we covered this to some extent. I don't know if it was on Drew's show or on here. We covered this somewhere. I remember.
The Casey Anthony, I think we might have done it on Drew's show. I don't remember.
I think so too. But it was like, because I remember this bitch, and she's getting asked questions, and she has this like weird smile on her face, and like, your kid is dead. Regardless if you did it or not, that's not how an innocent person acts.
Well, she's not normal.
No, she's a fucking pile of crap is what she is. Even if she didn't kill her child, she's still a piece of shit, because looking at the things that added up prior to her child's death, she wanted nothing to do with the kid. She didn't want to have a kid.
Yeah, it was at the very least very, very suspicious, or at the very most, she's like, it's fucking garbage human being.
They all belong in a mental institution, but you know how that is.
Yeah,
those places are fun.
Those places.
Been there, done that.
They're supposed. The one they had in Madison is closed. It's called Mendota. I actually when I was down in Des Moines this last week, I actually drove by a mental institution in the middle of Iowa. So they do exist. It's just not very many of them do. I haven't seen one around here.
No, they cut back on them big time, because they used to house a lot of like criminals, right?
Well,
criminals or people that were criminally insane.
That's what I mean. It used to be a bit more regular.
Right, I was gonna say the qualifications to get you into a mental institution or insane asylum, for lack of a better phrase. Yeah, the guidelines for that were very, very thin in terms of like, you'd be surprised who the hell is in there, and on both sides of like the spectrum, in terms of like, yeah, they definitely need to be here, or they seem totally fine. But now it's a little bit more finite. I've procured time in some of those facilities. They're good times. Meet some fun people over there. Just saying. It's not like Patch Adams. Well, actually, it is a lot like Patch Adams, to be honest with you.
Thanks for joining, Boto. You don't want her to choke you out. She apparently killed a kid. Because he just said, "Damn, who's the hot chick I want to choke me out?" You don't want her to choke you out, brother. She'll kill you. She ain't gonna stop.
Unless you got a strong neck.
Like, this picture right here is of her in the middle of a case, sitting there talking about her dead daughter, and she's fucking laughing and carrying on with the lawyer. Like, look at the little smirk. I want to.
It'd probably be like the best sex of your life, but then you might be dead.
Yeah. Especially if you get her pregnant.
Is it no? If you get her pregnant, then everyone's dead.
I have to think.
Go ahead, Connor.
No, I'm just thinking if it's worth it.
I don't know. Sometimes life.
I quoted that recently too. I'm trying to remember what the fuck the conversation was. Where I'm like, well, sometimes life finds a way.
Yeah.
Fuck. Yeah, she's a fucking bitch and she's rotten hell. All right, let's see here. Before we switch to the other topics, or the other topic that I see here that we have posted up, I got some fun little icebreaker stuff to just kind of throw out there to everybody here, if you guys are cool with that. All right, cool.
The view game too.
We do have your favorite view game.
As long as the people in the chat answer too. I want to know about you more than I want to know about me.
Absolutely, guys in the chat, get involved.
Yes. Please.
Basement does not want to know anything about us.
No, I'm tired.
Let's know about you.
Damn it.
What is your credit card number? Mine does.
He's so old. His credit card only has 2 digits.
1.
Security card.
What's the strangest gift you've ever received?
Oh my god.
Herpes. No.
That's the gift that keeps on giving.
The worst gift I ever received.
Worst gift, yeah.
Strangest, right? Not the worst.
Worst.
Oh.
No, sorry, strange. Excuse me, strangest. Oh, I mean, fuck it.
Strangest gift.
The strangest.
Yeah.
The strangest gift I ever got. Edible underwear.
Oh.
You were given edible underwear, like men's underwear, to wear?
Yeah. Yes.
No, women's.
Yeah, but like that's really strange. It usually goes the other way around.
I'm not going to put these fucking things on.
First of all, I don't want anybody like chomping down near my crotchal region. Unless it's like a suck zone only.
It's like
it's
sticky.
My balls are sticky. I'm gonna pull my pubes out
It's
of
like,
my fucking.
I feel like it's like you know when you put like all the fruit roll-ups together.
Letting down there and fucking melts the sugar, and the fucking bees want to fucking.
Listen, it's already a bit of a disaster down there as it is, so we don't need to add fruit roll-up situation to the whole thing. And yeah, no, I would not. No, not to that at all. Please tell me you either ate it out, just not putting it on, or threw it out.
He's talking to you.
What?
I said, please tell me that you either ate it without putting it on, or just threw it out.
Fucking ate it. Like I ate.
That's funnier to me.
Fucking ate him. I just fucking
this
like,
fucking. I'm not gonna fucking wear the shit.
And she's like, well, I guess we're not doing that, man. I'm like, what? Fucking it's candy. What do you want me to do?
Lollipop. What about you, Heather? The weirdest or strangest or worst?
Strangest, but also not the worst gift I've gotten was a customer came in and gave all of us in the clothing department a bottle of Sweet Bitch pink champagne.
Ooh, fuck! What the fuck?
Yeah.
Sweet Bitch champagne.
Did you say sweet bitch shit pain?
There's this other gift.
This worst gift.
There's no bad gifts. Come
on.
Oh. No, actually, the worst gift I ever got was a book that was basically it was mathematical jokes. It's like, I hate math, right?
Math.
What the fuck's a mathematical joke? Yeah, I want to die already.
Math puns make me numb. Math puns make me number.
You can't talk.
It's so bad. And Basement just blocked me on everything.
I'm trying to think, man. Like I haven't really gotten like
anyway, so he doesn't have to block you on much.
I've gotten like stupid, like random, like a gift that I don't know.
I got a Duraflame log and a fire extinguisher after I had for a Christmas gag gift. After that was the same year where I fucking had a fireplace explode in my face. I got fucking second and third degree burns. From a family member, mind you. That was fun.
I'm trying to think.
Funny enough, other family members were more offended than I was. I just kind of like, whatever, fucking go get the other laughs out of it. My mom and my aunt's like, that's bullshit. That's so insensitive. I'm like, you guys are making a bigger deal of it than I am. Like, just let it go.
So what are we doing now?
Still on the same question.
I'm trying to, like, I don't really have anything that's like stand out weird, I guess. I don't know. So you give me like like I'm not a collector of things. That I'm pretty blatantly obvious that I don't collect anything. Like in terms of like toys or like paraphernalia or anything like that.
You did tell me how when I showed you the Funko Pop collection, you're like, I can't do that. Otherwise, I go down a dark road.
Well, like yeah, like I wouldn't do it. Like I don't collect. I don't find like intrigue in it. Somebody gave me like I think it was like it's like a toy, like one of those like really high end toy. cars. With all the movable parts, and like you can open it up, and the engine is like fully, yeah. And I was like, okay, I don't know why you gave me this because I don't want it, or never indicated that I would, but cool.
Hot Wheels. I'm going with diecast.
But it's not like a bad gift. It was just like
the weirdest one you've gotten.
I guess it has nothing to do with me.
What is the worst advice you've ever been given?
Don't do that.
Stay in school.
Don't do that. Is that the fucking? They can
the worst advice probably is from my. We had grade 12 here, but grade 12 high school teachers that were all pushing for everybody to go to university. Not even asking what you're going to do, just go to university or your life's over, was basically what people were saying.
I mean,
because it's super expensive and there was no direction, and that partially ruined my life. So yeah, there's that.
But Bodo just said in the chat too, the worst gift he ever got was herpes, clap, and teeth. I never asked for teeth. It's fine at first. They're not really starts make things hurt. That's what almost JP ran into with the fucking edible underwear.
No, Jesus Christ.
So, what was the question again?
Worst advice you've ever been given?
Do that. The worst advice I ever got, I usually don't take other people. I'd even take my parents' advice sometimes. I didn't. But probably the worst advice that I was given was be respectful, but don't let people talk shit. Because it got me beat up once.
I thought it would be, oh man, you're going to love Five Nights at Freddy's.
I actually don't mind Five Nights at Freddy's.
I was going to say the trailer to the channel says otherwise.
So really, really, the best of what? Actually, here's the worst. You can run long distances, dude. I can't even run 400 meters. All right.
I think your nose barely runs. Your ass does, though. From what I hear, it smells.
For me, vent at home. Don't vent to your boss. This is when I worked at Harley. There's a story behind it.
Yep.
So don't touch me.
I'm not touching you.
I really have a question for you. Before you go into this is probably where the story is going, but what if you have a problem with your boss?
Spoilers.
My boss at Harley was so out of touch. I got written up because I was an hour late getting to Sunday work schedule. That was a brand new work schedule.
I was gonna say she was not really getting Sunday. Like, how in the fuck is that possible?
I was an hour late to get to the store.
She fell back.
Sunday, the first Sunday we had opened after I'd already been working there for 3 years. Jeez. And I had already worked the rest of the fucking week. So I was exhausted. And I got written up for it. He said, well, you left the girl alone. Hire more fucking people.
So then you decided to go back to your dad? Say, don't bring it to me.
I can't believe what he did to me.
Mom, I vented to my mom. Okay. And she sat there and she's like, vent here, don't vent at work.
Oh, vent here, don't vent at work.
Well, I don't think you should vent at work, but you should question decisions.
Exactly. That would be a form of venting, though. Sitting there and expressing my concerns to my boss about the department because there was literally only 2 people.
I walked out on my fucking boss's boss once.
There was only 2 people in that entire department for the full week.
He is so mad about it.
I mean,
yeah, some of those things, I feel your pain, man. I walked out on my boss's boss, and it eventually ended up getting my boss let go. Which I mean, but the guy was such a fucking dickhead, man. He's one of the worst people.
Tony, so what's the worst advice you've ever been given? But so the worst advice I have got, that was probably the worst advice I ever got right there. Said don't get married until you have got nothing else better
Invest
to do.
in crypto.
The opposite of that.
Mary Smeagol.
Precious.
You know what's like
worst advice.
If you have nothing else better to do, get married.
You know what people think is like good advice, but the way that they present it is bad. Where like the idea of hard work pays off, because in the past, I would say you'd always get a payoff for hard work. Currently, you can work as hard as the fuck you want and you get used and abused.
Yep.
Why never work overtime?
Never work overtime. Take every single person out there, unless it's like death is on the line or like losing everything. Do not work overtime.
That kind of, I can't like say an actual specific phrase, but like that mindset of like I'm gonna work myself to the bone and and like all that shit. I had that mentality for like up until 2 years ago. It almost killed me,
to be honest.
Well, I actually I was unemployed for the first half of 2021, and I'm so grateful I was, because it adjusted my mindset, and I completely. And it's funny because like I would like go above and beyond at work because breadwinner, gonna take care of the family, and then like once that shifted, I actually went to to my current job now, and not that I'm like half-assing anything, hint hint, but I'm not like overexerting myself and like going out of my way to like fucking break myself, and I'm more successful there than I ever been before.
This is kind of what you see though. Like when I was younger than I am and I worked at a place, all the people that I'd look at that'd been like 35, 45, 55, they were all like, I'm here, I'll do my job, then I'll go home. But anybody that was like, I'm going to work my way up in this company, I'm going to do this and this and this, then it's like you slowly get so demoralized that you hate everything.
Yeah.
So don't do that.
The second worst advice I ever got was have your kids young.
Well, that's almost impossible now.
Because that hurt.
Well, the thing is, like now, at least here where I live, good luck. You have your kids young, you are broke forever.
You don't want to have your kids at fucking 18. No.
But you also don't want to have your kids at 45 or something.
I want it to be either in my late 20s or when I had Wendy at 34.
I had Danielle. Danielle was born when I was 20.
2020?
You were 2020?
I am immortal.
21 like 2 weeks later, so I had to think about it.
Like a Dracula up in this bitch. No, my son was 20. My son was when I was 23.
Jesus Christ, what's happening?
My son was when I was.
When I had him.
Listen, his 2020ism is rubbing on. I think the gases are leaking through the fucking system here.
They're siphoning through the microphone.
I had my son when I was 23, and my daughter when I was 30. No, 29. So
the late 20s, early 30s, I think is the best time for people to have kids if they're in a position to have them.
I didn't know the fuck I was doing. Cheers.
Oh, nobody knows what the fuck they're doing. Doesn't matter how old you are.
No, but I mean, I would want to be in when I say position to have them, where I have some sort of stability in my life myself.
I completely misunderstood when you said position.
All positions.
All of the positions. Let's see what else I got here for some.
That's true, Boto. That's exactly what we were saying with overtime. You get paid in the long run. You get paid less, and they will have the expectation.
Never work salary either. Fuck's sake. As long as I will fucking try my best to, I will never try to work a salary position.
Depends on the job.
Yeah. Okay. Fair enough. But
some salary positions are like easy peasy lemon squeezy. Some expect a lot of you, and you're not working 40 hours a week. You're working 100 hours a week for the same amount of money.
Also, the worst thing to be paid is salary because you don't get
anything other than the fucking of living raised.
So what I mean by that is you can work that 100 hours, but you don't get.
That's what I mean. That's why I said depending on the job.
Yeah,
certain
he's
jobs
right.
salary is great because you will work like there's like salary jobs where I work, great. Because there's not enough work there for them to be like, you have to spend 1,000 hours here.
Right.
Welcome, Tex. Oh shit! Look, it's Casey Anthony.
Oh yes, it is. Everybody's like dreaming about banging her and don't have to worry about the abortion.
I think Life's already doing that to her.
She'll do it herself.
I think I've asked this question to us before. If you could time travel, would you go back in time to meet your ancestors or forward in time to meet your descendants?
Well, do I have to meet anybody? Can I just go forward in time? I'm not having descendants, for fuck's sake.
I am your long.
You're fun with these.
No, it's a good question though. If you don't have any descendants, where am I going forward
what are we talking about?
What's the question?
Would you rather go backwards to meet your ancestors or go forward to meet your descendants?
Go forward to see how much
I would prefer to do that.
I think backwards, forward? You're just gonna like the more and more you go further back, the dumber and dumber people get.
Behold a stick. The concept of being able to see the future is one of the only is intriguing. Like, I mean, look at all the shit that we've done in fucking the short amount of time, the last 30 years or so. So I've always been curious what happens in the future. I say that for both, like, stupid optimism, but also let's see how much this fucker burns.
You go forward like 50 years and you find out your son's your daughter and your daughter's your son.
Too far.
Time to go back in time. Gotta go back in time.
It's like that Futurama episode where it's like, shit, we missed our fucking time. Probably we have to, what do you do? We're going back around again. Oh, shit. Let's see. For JP and Heather to sneak on back here as they
I don't know if it's like time travel. Like the question is pretty vague. It's go forward to see descendants and go back to see like
you just don't want to see anybody. You fucking fuck people.
I'm with Tex. Go forward, get the lottery ticket numbers and come back. Fuck that shit.
Yeah. What's up, Tex? Hey, look, it's Casey Anthony. Yeah, no shit. That's basically that's the name of the fucking special should be. Hey, look, it's Casey Anthony. Everybody else is everybody but Jurgen's also saying going forward. Tex, Alpha, second to warn them to pay attention to anything in the outside world. Yeah, no shit. Let me see if I got another good one here. Let's see here.
Go back in time, pull a Michael J. Fox.
What,
to be contended.
Are you are you sure he's not the villain? No, I'm positive. Anyway, these guys start shooting at him for plutonium he stole. Oh my god. Let's see here. If you could choose to remain an age forever, what age would you choose?
Forever?
That's a good one.
Is it like what's the peak age? 25 or something?
I mean,
I feel like shit right now, so not current.
Can I just skip this year?
I would rewind the clock to about 32 and stay there.
Maybe 20. The thing is, you were okay. Now it's like, do I lose like what I'm mentally capable of now?
No.
So
it's saying you choose to stay a certain age forever. So presumably that whatever you were at that age.
But mentally, I was retarded. I still am, kind of. Not a lot's changed. Yeah, I guess I'll go with. I think my best year.
Fuck.
How old am I? Fuck. I think my best year was 30. I'm gonna go with 34 for the rest of my life. Perfect.
That's a tough one. I would probably say a few years back, mainly to get rid of the weight. But
you can always change that anytime.
Oreos say another thing. Fuck. Honestly, I'd probably stay around the age I am now. Yeah, I'd probably stay I'm 35, so I'd probably in the same give me 30, somewhere between 32 and 35. We go with that. JP has a much larger spectrum to choose from. We'll wait
back when I was 107.
Moses said to me once.
He constantly says he wishes he was the same age as me, so he would have the energy to run around with Wendy again.
Yeah, that's not. I don't have the energy to run around with anybody right now.
That is the one thing I will say about. We were talking about the whole having kids early thing. That is the one saving grace that I have when it comes to having the kids at the age that I did, because I would not, because my parents had me when I was my age now. Fuck no, I would not keep up with these two
Tex didn't even
hellions.
ask questions. He went with 29. Then
Damn.
Alpha's going with his age right now, which is 30. Tim says 27 years, 8 months, and 22 days. That must have been a really good day for him, I guess.
I guess so. Jesus.
Boto says his best years was never. And Jurgen's going with 25. And Tex says, kids at 18 and 19. There is benefits
bless you, man.
to it in terms of being able to, like you said, physically hang around with the kids. But I feel like there's also benefits to having kids a bit later in life, just to not fucking want I wouldn't trust myself at 18 to raise a fucking kid.
No, I would not either. I wouldn't trust you either.
Yeah, you shouldn't. I don't even know if I trust myself now. Fuck.
So, JP, we're asking if you could choose to remain an age forever, what age would you choose?
Probably 45.
Forever.
So 2 years ago?
I'm 50.
It's 2 years ago.
3 years ago.
Because what we met was 46, right?
Yeah.
So, 45. I was in a good place at the age of 45. I just retired from the military and doing the job that I was doing. But I'm still doing today, but because then a few months later I met y'all. So 45. Go ahead and laugh now, motherfuckers.
This is a fun one. Do you believe in ghosts?
Yes.
Boo.
Boo.
I don't know. I waver back and forth.
So do I.
You phasing it out like a ghost.
Find the stories intriguing, but I don't know if I believe them. All the ghost stories and stuff.
I definitely don't believe any of that stuff. I think my definition of ghost is not the definition that everybody would have.
For some reason, when the way JP just said, I don't know if I believe them, it just makes me think of a ghost coming up and going, ooh, and he's like, yeah, fucker, prove it.
Well, I wouldn't do that, but
it's fucking cool.
The ghost stories, ghost adventures, or documentaries on, the what's her fucking name? The old, they made a song about her.
There's Anthony?
Bloody Mary?
Oh. She killed her family.
Lizzie Borden?
Oh, that's from Nine Neck of the Woods again.
Kinds of things kind of intriguing.
Pattern here, Connor.
But I wouldn't say that I believe
Lizzie Borden was the 1800s, goddammit.
I wouldn't believe that ghosts actually exist. No.
Fucking prove it.
Right?
Everyone in the chat saying, yes, spirits are very real to a degree. Yes, ghosts aren't spirits of your loved ones. Either it's angel or demons. Oh, shit. Well, I know what I'll be. Bodo don't believe in no ghosts. I don't know. It's kind of...
In that sense, I'm not with ghosts in the sense that I guess most people would think oh, it's the leftover spirit of grandmama. I don't feel that, but I feel like there might be some sort of impact of somebody's
Even in the
existence.
afterlife, Grandma wants me to have leftovers. God damn it.
Of somebody's like existence, but it's just like more energy than it is fucking an actual presence of their person. Is what I would go with more.
Right.
Ghost is such a broad definition too. It's like, you know,
I'm not thinking like Casper's around every fucking corner.
Yeah. I think there is some sort of. I'm being like as vague as possible here, but like some sort of.
There's a feeling in places that like people have like a large amount of people have died.
Yeah, there's some shit going on. I can't put my finger on it, but I don't know if it's a ghost per se, but there's some supernatural shit for sure.
There's a connection.
Ooh, this one's a good one. If you could go to outer space for free as a tourist, would you do it?
What the fuck am I gonna do there? No. I mean, chances are I'll die on the way.
Probably evacuate.
Nowhere, duh.
Like you're not really like you're going to outer space, but all you're really doing is staying in a fucking tube. Are you getting out of the tube and like
Just
spacing around outside?
Yeah, I guess it would depend on like what you're doing. Like if we're just looking at Earth, fuck it. You know, just once around for me, I'm good. Get a couple of those.
That's why I'm not fucking doing it.
I think my whole body would explode on the way up there, just the way things have been going. So
What?
A trail of shit. There's just not even enough to fucking.
No, I wouldn't want to go through all those fucking tests that they have to do.
The motion sickness thing, I'm fucked.
The number one, fuck that. Number two, fuck that. And number three, oh hell to the fuck no. So
where's his teeth?
All this stuff you put me through. The funniest thing that I've seen that they put somebody through, and it's a parody of it, but it's kind of what they go through, is Spies Like Us. Have you ever seen that fucking movie?
Yes. Tex just said in the chat, I don't even like to fly, so never mind.
And go do what they did in the review.
Yeah.
Go to space. But like, if it's the thing that William Shatner did, no, because you're not really in space. You're in the upper atmosphere, and then you just come back down. If it was like, would you go on a mission to Mars, never to return?
That's.
Sorry.
I feel like I have the least to live for out of all of us. So.
Well, I mean, no.
In terms of going to Mars and not coming back.
Wendy's singing Here I am, how do you do? It's driving me fucking nuts. I can't hear a fucking thing that's going.
Well, you didn't answer her question. It's probably why she keeps fucking asking you.
I already answered it. I'm not doing it.
How do you do?
Oh, I'm not flying. I'm not going up into outer space.
It's going over your head. That means you're kicking in.
Oh, well, yeah.
He's already in outer space. Don't worry.
But Wendy's over here saying, here I am, and I'm like, what? Okay. This is fucking other planet, Tim. You're so fucking weird.
I think you're not the fucking planet.
I think if the technology was different and it wasn't such like a trial and tribulation to get to outer space, yes. But the fact that I think it'd be like 3, 2, 1, and then the rocket gets 1 foot off the ground and explodes. That's what I'm anticipating.
What's the name of the spaceship? Challenger 2. Fucking no.
What's the name of the spaceship? Challenged.
Oh my!
We ran out of numbers.
Bitches.
What the fuck is going on?
Oh my god! Fucking great. Oh my god. All right, let's switch gears back again because there was a couple other smaller stories we wanted to quickly touch upon, right? The Ukraine missile crisis, CCs.
Don't care. Zelensky wants World War III. That's all. I'm just gonna say it now. The day that something was done with the fucking NATO, or they were under Ukraine became under their fucking protection, NATO's protection, or fucking whatever it is. This motherfucker jumps on, fucking makes a video, says we need to do preemptive strikes on Russia. He needs to shut the fuck up.
I know it's me, but for some reason, when I click the link for the article is literally only a sentence.
This motherfucker, well, not him, but he's saying that the Russians did it. What, the Russians pressed your buttons to
launch your rocket?
Come on, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
The fact that this is what blows my mind, but the amount of money that's been given to the Ukraine, and with everything that's going on there, and the amount of support that they have, to have like something like this come to light, and it be like, well, nothing is really indicating the Russians sent this rocket. It's actually indicating it's coming from Ukraine. To have that not be a bigger story than it is fucking the world's fucked.
I mean, yeah.
Like at this point in time, might as well fucking go to war because it's gonna some way it'll happen.
Yeah, it's going to.
I don't know.
Like if this doesn't catch traction, and people were just like Ukraine for life, give them more money. It's like what?
We're good.
I don't think anybody listens to anything. Like I'm actually like I go on Twitter and I hear like these like one-sided fucking people that are just no matter what happens, they're gonna shit on the people, the opposition they don't like. They have no open worldview. Like there's a couple of them, and like Stephen King's in there. There's a couple of those people that just go on, and it's on both sides. But it's like fucking shut the fuck up. That's all you feel like say. It's so annoying, man.
I hate Twitter.
Yeah,
it's like Trump jumping back on fucking Twitter.
It's literal dick riders on each side. Like they are riding the cock so hard they can't see anything. They've been fucked blind.
Yep. So Trump's put back on Twitter. It's like,
who cares?
I don't. Well, apparently everybody does. But
anyway, follow me at Mr. Marvel 613 on Twitter. What?
Zelensky is. Oh man. Ukraine's a small country. I feel bad for them, but then again, I don't. Because it's not my problem. It's not our problem.
I've got a problem.
It's a problem. It's not. Now, if they were part of the NATO, it probably would be our problem. But they're not. So why are we... I get... Everybody wants the United States and England and France and Canada and fucking Australia or whatever. They want them countries to be the fucking police of the world because they have all the fucking money and they can fucking protect us. But then again, all those countries never get anything in fucking return but we're a
shit country.
Yeah, it's like, well then, fuck you, eat a dick. I mean, I could even throw France in there. I'm sorry.
France is the biggest one out of them all that sit there and do that.
I don't. I don't want war. Everybody like, both sides are so fucking stupid. Because what are we doing about Ukraine? What should we do?
It's not our country.
Pay the $8 a month and get the blue check mark, and then tell people.
Like, like the thing is, there's too many fucking liars that you'll never know the exact truth. You'll go in thinking I'm doing the right thing. Realistically, you're doing the worst thing ever, and you're a horrible person by affiliation. And it's like, okay, I guess I'm gonna live with that for forever. Like,
yeah,
I can't.
Happens.
It's terrible.
It
Fuck
is.
Zelensky. Fuck him. He's a dick. Fuck them all. I hate them all.
Yeah, I mean, I don't wish ill will on any country, but when is enough going to be enough? Why can't we just be why can't we leave people alone? And why in the fuck can't people leave us the fuck alone?
Well, because your biggest business is war.
I understand
You
that.
can't let that go.
Oh, hold on 1 second. Sorry, I'm just finding something out here that I heard. There's a rumor blowing up on Twitter right now. Bear with me.
What is it?
Hold on.
No.
What's going on?
Hold on.
Tell me now!
There's apparently a rumor going around that Jason David Frank is dead.
Who the fuck is that?
Who the fuck is that guy?
That is the original Green Power Ranger.
I'm trying to think who that is offhand.
Tommy.
The guy with swords. Didn't he stab someone? No, he was the MMA guy.
Yeah.
That's the Red Ranger.
Oh, the Green Ranger turned into the White Ranger? I can't remember.
Yes.
I can't keep track of these things.
Jason David Frank.
Oh my god.
Go Power Rangers.
Jason Momoa.
Oh, that's a favorite under for Heather's.
220 tweets. Let me see.
How did he die?
Oh wait, what? Fucking TMZ is reporting it?
Oh, he's dead for sure then.
Let me just see.
I really hope the rumors about Jason David Frank are not true. He was a childhood hero of mine. What? Is this Jason David?
Hold on. No, they're not report. Hold on.
I hope his last words were, "It's morphin' time."
Yeah.
Fuck.
I never watched Power Rangers, so I don't know if I could talk. I caught bits and pieces of it, but I never really followed it.
I mean, it's on Twitter, so take it for what it's worth. It's also the same day that fucking Trump comes back to Twitter, so I mean, anything's fucking.
I mean, come on.
We'll keep you apprised of the situation.
I'm surprised. I'm looking it up as we speak. I'm real timing it here, folks.
You're
Timing what?
Instead of going to the top to see what the actual.
Well, the top is apparently Jason David Frank is dead.
It's JDF, okay?
Yeah.
I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Well, let's go to his Twitter.
What, is he going to post he's dead?
Wait to zoom the winner.
Nothing's official yet, so I don't.
Elon Musk just said Twitter is alive, so.
Well, it says he just put a tweet out. Nope, that was July 21st. That he's going to Comic-Con in Paraguay, November 25th to 27th.
He's starting to look like Perry Saturn.
Yeah.
I think he is Perry Saturn. I just don't know. So, anyway, that sucks.
Oh, well, I hope it's not true, but you never know.
I mean, I don't know if it's true. I don't pay it. We lost Batman. Nobody really cared. The only
I disagree on that one.
What? Hold on. No one cares about the Power Rangers. This is the pink one. We all love the pink. I mean, she was.
Hey, we lost the Yellow Ranger way long ago.
Yeah.
She committed suicide. Or was it a she? Didn't?
Yes.
Car crash.
Car crash.
Yep. Committed suicide.
No.
We lost Batman. Nobody really cared. The only time we all care of us when we lose the Joker. I disagree with that.
I disagree that
nobody. But as a person, I hope that guy falls off the face of the earth.
Who?
Mark Hamill.
Luke Skywalker.
Not a fan of him?
I'm a fan of his work. I'm not a fan of him as a person. Well,
I've never met him.
Me either. I don't like the way he talks to people. Yeah, he died. He was 43 of his Power age. He should have died at 23. Well, I don't know, man. I just know Zelensky just, is that a rocket he made, or is that just
it's a rocket that exists somewhere, or existed.
Wait, what?
I like how that rocket kind of stops mid and then
shoots off its tip.
Yeah.
Once it's calibrated.
Sounds familiar. Sounds.
Oh, that's one of those guided missiles.
Yep.
Nice. Okay. Are you done talking about that?
Yeah. Apologies.
Sorry, I don't.
I know. No, I'm trying to see if I can find more actual
time will tell. I hope
it's
not true, but I have the feeling.
Let's see if I got another fun one.
Fine, Boto. I don't. You're not offending me in any way.
Nah.
You offended me, Boto, and I'm gonna
Oh my God.
take my penis out and send pictures to you.
Like what?
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 I don't know.
Have you ever eaten an entire pizza by yourself?
Yes.
Yes.
Fucking
Yeah,
course,
who
yes.
hasn't? First of all,
Yeah.
you're not a real person if you haven't.
Let me have it.
We're not talking like the mini ones either, like the little personal. No, I'm talking like
an
a large.
pizza. Oh, I haven't eaten a large, but the medium for sure.
Favorite type of pizza?
I'm
Works without the black olives and the anchovies.
So not the works.
Green peppers, green peppers, onion, sausage, mushrooms, pepperoni.
Can't do mushrooms.
I'm a basic bitch, man. Give me just a pepperoni pizza. You know what? You can add olives on there. You can add onions, but I think pepperoni is where you go.
I'm fine. I'm a very basic plain person. I'm good with just the cheese, but if you want to get crazy,
I go cheese lovers. Too.
Give me the meat lovers.
I'll give you the meat lovers.
Yeah. What kind of style of pizza you guys like?
Oh,
you prefer thin crust?
I do too, because it kills my stomach otherwise.
It depends. I used to love Pizza Hut's pan pizza, but it's not really a pan pizza anymore.
I used to love Pizza Hut's pan pizza, and I used to love stuffed crust, but my body said no. So I went to thin. I went to thin crust. I had to.
You know,
I love the stuffed crust.
Yeah, I am. So, well, here, it's the funny thing is talking about the stuffed crust thing for a quick second. So I'm a glutton for punishment, where I basically will just do something so even to the point of stupidity, to the point like I should really stop doing that thing that's probably not good for me. So every time, the only reason I bring that up is I'm thinking of stuffed crust with the cheese in it and dairy. Every time when I first wake up in the morning, I'll have like a coffee with milk in it, and every morning I'll be like, I can't fucking clear my throat for the life of me. I tried almond milk for the first time yesterday, and I'm like, mother of God, what have I been missing?
It's not that good. Come on.
Well, I'm saying it's better than I expect. I thought it'd be.
Oh, you tried it in your coffee? Is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's different. I thought
it was gonna be like flavored water.
No, I when we had the little extra money, I usually get the chocolate silk. She loves it, and she doesn't fucking cough or sneeze as much through the day. So
I heard somewhere that like we actually are naturally supposed to be like weaned off of dairy.
Yeah, well, that's
like
how the rest of the animals in the animal kingdom work. We're like, just fuck it, man. Give me the titty. I did want to mention before we go too much further.
For the milk.
we got people in the chat. Boto loves mushroom and sausage.
Yep.
Alpha's going with either cheese, pepperoni, or meat lover, so he's basically you.
Yep.
Boto really loves mushroom head. Tex goes the hamburger.
Oh yeah,
I had pepperoni with bacon, jalapenos, and extra cheese. That sounds incredible.
Will destroy me. I
love
fantastic.
them. I do too. They will obliterate my anus. I love like hot food, and I will take the risk.
I will shit blood.
I will shit.
Thin crust, no sauce. What the fuck is that?
Thin crust, no sauce.
I want a cracker.
Who hurt you?
I'm gonna have a cracker.
What the fuck is a hound toss?
What? I don't see that anywhere.
That's what Jurgen said.
I think he meant
hand tossed. Oh, I will only have hand tossed. I don't want the thin crust that sometimes they like get like the actual like tortilla shell or whatever the fuck it is. Yeah, like when I worked at Domino's long ago, we had hand tossed thin, and then we had this fucking thing that you bought. The thing that you bought was disgusting. Hand toss is the way it is all the time.
See, like thin crust, I feel like I get betrayed because I've had thin crust at certain areas before, and it just never did it for me. Even if I'm not doing stuffed crust, I gotta get like either a regular. I do like deep dish, although I had a deep dish recently. I'm like, and I know this is like duh, but it was like 95% tomato, and I wish there was more.
The thing
in
is,
there,
you need a good variation. Like regular crust is the best for having the dough to cheese to topping.
Yeah.
There's people I know that get the thin crust and then just get like every topping under the sun, and it's just like this big soggy fucking slice of grossness.
Yes.
Okay, I don't care who you are. If you get tomato on your pizza, you should die.
Oh, you mean on top of the?
Yeah, on top of tomato sauce. Like, what the fuck is going on here?
Unless you're doing like some sort of Alfredo sauce.
I don't know. If it's a different sauce, but if it's tomato sauce with tomato on top, that's too much tomato, man.
Someone hurt you.
I wouldn't eat tomatoes on a tomato sauce pizza. What the fuck are you talking about?
That's what we're saying.
Margarita pizza.
Right.
What the fuck it is? I'm just saying.
Which I never understood why they called it a margarita pizza.
He's catching up.
I know. I've been listening the whole time. What the fuck are you talking?
I meant the gummies are catching up.
The gummies? Yeah, well, the gummies cut up a long time ago.
Oh, god damn it.
Lovers and cheese. Well, usually there's cheese on a meatloaf. Well,
you can ask for
just don't get like some sort of vegetable or anything on there that has a lot of water in it.
No,
because it just makes it gross.
That's what I was gonna say. Tex mentioned hamburger. I had pizza like last week. Office got it, and they had like every fucking type of pizza. So you had like the meat lovers, blah blah. So I had a meat, pretty solid, but the hamburger one was like a fucking like world of its own. I don't know what the fuck they did to it, but it was absolutely fantastic. I'm like, what? Like it's less meat. How the fuck did they make this like that much better? It didn't have like, as far as I could tell, there was no like special sauce or anything like that. I was like, god damn.
There's a
delicious.
Have you had like it's like barbecue chicken pizza?
oh, that's gross.
Yeah.
I love that pizza.
Actually,
the right place, it's really
good. I've had it. Like, depends on. Sometimes I want to have like pizza and just eat what pizza should taste like.
Yes.
And then like the thing is
Crazy
with barbecue
thought, right?
pizza, it's like you're getting it. It doesn't taste like pizza.
No, it
but
doesn't.
it's good. It's just
Yeah.
like I could eat a slice or two. I couldn't eat a pizza.
Okay. Alpha just threw in the chat the age-old question: does pineapple belong on pizza?
No.
Yes.
No.
Ooh,
I like pineapple on pizza.
No.
I don't.
But it's the same idea that I have with the barbecue chicken pizza.
I will not eat a pizza with pineapple on it.
It's a
To be
Hawaiian
fair-
pizza. It actually tastes pretty good.
You said any topping that you put on a fucking pizza, if it has too much water,
But
in
it's
it
so
makes
much smaller than a fucking big ass tomato. And there's already tomato on that motherfucker.
I don't like either of them. I'm just.
Well, it has like
Think
okay,
pineapple
so
on pizza
it's-
would be the triggering
It's
question. here in
ham,
this
it's
episode.
bacon crumble, and a couple pieces of pineapple. It works.
Oh,
A lot of people.
you've never. I fucking seen people put fucking big cubes of pineapple
If
on
you put
fucking.
big, like
pizza.
it has to be small. It has to be done right. If you're
They do
if
like
it's
fucking
like,
O-rings of pineapple on it. Yeah.
that's disgusting. That's disgusting.
fucking
You might as well just eat a pineapple at that point in time.
I'll eat a pineapple, not one fucking made on a fucking pizza.
No, but you know what's really good? Pineapple with cinnamon barbecued. So good. Oh,
I'm not
so
eating
good.
pineapple at all.
Why do you guys hate
Boda says I
pineapple?
do it for.
Racist.
Alpha clearly hates it.
He wants it to live in hell. So there's that.
Yeah, just to piss people off too.
What? No, I like pineapple on pizza. Like I
I
said, I
know.
wouldn't get a full wouldn't get a pizza. I wouldn't get a pineapple pizza, but a slice or two, no problem.
No.
Hawaiian. I used to hate it as a kid. Then I grew to hate
I don't
myself.
know, like ham. I'll be very honest with you. Like ham in general.
I'm not a big ham person either, to be honest.
No.
I'm not a big pork
You
person.
just offended pineapple.
Yeah, it works in that sense.
You put Canadian bacon on a fucking pizza.
Oh, gross! Get out of here. Canadian bacon's
What
disgusting.
the fuck is the difference? It's
It's
just like.
just too much and it's all fat. It's pea meal bacon. It's gross.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I was to say it's just bigger slices, but yeah, I'm not a big ham guy, to be honest with you. Like up here, it's usually associated with like usually Easter dinner for some reason, but
Same here.
but
Ham and pineapple pairs together really well. I'm just saying.
Christmas is kind of 50-50. Usually Easter.
Ham
But-
pairs well with sweet.
What?
Like a sweet ham is a thing.
Yes.
Ham and sweetness pair well together. Therefore, ham and pineapple pair well.
Yeah, but on a pizza.
Same
Fine.
thing with want sugar and honey.
I'm fine, but on a pizza, I don't want it.
Sugar and honey are the same thing, though. Ham is like salty.
It's the same concept with. It is the same concept. I don't like barbecue chicken on pizza either. I don't like mixing pineapple, the sweetness of a pineapple with tomato sauce that's made.
I see where you're getting at. Yeah, okay.
It doesn't. I tried it. I'm not saying.
I mean, I would never fault anybody for not liking it. I can see why people wouldn't like it, but I mean, I'm not in love with it. But I do think, like I said, a slice or two, I'm fine with. It does taste good enough for that.
I think the most delicious pizza that I ever had that just surprised the fuck out of me. I was like, holy shit. There's a pizza place about almost a town over. It's like right on the town line that does a Big Mac pizza. And oh my God.
Like gross.
I said the same thing, but it was another one of those company things where like they order a shit ton. I'm like, all right, let me try the Big Mac one. They put like just the right amount of Big Mac sauce on. They didn't go fucking crazy with it. It was like just the. Like,
oh wait, best dip for the pizza.
Dip?
Yeah, you guys use dip?
Oh, you're in a class on its own, my friend. I do not use a dip.
You don't dip your pizza? Oh my God, man, what's wrong with you? You got the end of the pizza. You got the crust. Class. You got the crust. You don't use dip. Is like super popular.
I will go either with ranch if I want to dip my pizza.
Yep.
Or Papa John's special garlic.
You know what?
Fuck. You know
pizza sucks ass, but creamy garlic is good shit.
You know what? I'm sorry. You're right. If I do dip it in anything, you're right. It would be like
I'm not like one to dip the pizza, but the crust. If you don't get like anything on the crust, it's bread for fuck's sakes.
Way to do it.
Blue cheese, not bad.
Anybody? Why would you blue cheese? What the fuck, you fucking people fucking dipping your pizza in fucking
ranch?
No, Boto said blue cheese. I think the creamy garlic from Pizza is the only good thing they make.
You're wrong.
But ranch is universally great.
And the best specialty pizza I have ever had was actually a penne alla vodka pizza from Phil's in Massapequa.
Could you please repeat that one more time?
I didn't understand half of those words. A penne passapaco from Phil's in Massapequa. I'm like, what the fuck? I heard Phil.
Penne noodles, the Alfredo sauce, and the mozzarella cheese.
Wow, that sounds really fucking heavy, actually.
It is really heavy, and I only had the one slice, but you know what? It's fucking worth it.
But she was pooping penne pasta out her ass.
I went to
sounds like what you're doing this evening.
Yeah, but what's the best type of crust? Because I know we said thin crust and stuff. There's like, depending on where you go, like I've had pizza on, like have you ever had like those, it's not like a wood, is it a wood oven? You know, like the
brick oven pizza.
Yeah, like that type of pizza where it's not regular pizza dough. It's kind of like
it's more traditional.
It's like an aerated thin crust.
Yeah, exactly. But that's actually fucking incredibly good.
I don't mind. So what I don't like is soggy crust.
I don't like soggy anything. Wet pizza gross.
I don't like soggy anything either. I don't like soggy fucking vaginas.
Soggy vaginas. She was great. I fucked her in the swamp.
Oh, fucking pinch my finger, bitch. That fucking hurt. I don't mind as long as the crust is crispy to me. I'll eat fucking any type of crust.
I do need some sort of stabilization in the pizza, depending. Like if it's just cheese, I can get a little away with soggy crust.
Don't give me soggy. If you give me soggy crust, fuck off. It's just, that's the moral of the story. I won't even eat it. If it's soggy, gross. That's wet pizza? What the fuck? I'd rather eat fucking random ass.
Well, not soggy, but you know how the pizza
is overly greasy, yeah.
Yeah, greasy's probably a better. But you know,
super greasy is gross too. Boto says blood.
Oh.
Okay.
The police are on their way. So I know Heather said hers. JP Basement, what was the best pizza that you remember like having, like, and whether it be like a type or a place or location or anything like that?
So I've been to Chicago.
I want to go there just for the pizza.
Chicago deep dish pizza.
Yep. I have an Uno's. It's about as close as it's going to get me over here.
I've never been to New York City, but I have been to New York, and I've been to a place where the guy was from New York and made a deep dish pizza there.
Mm-hmm.
You don't go to New York for deep dish pizza. You go to New York for true New York pizza.
Oh, that's right. God. Who fucking cares? Anyway.
The New Yorker?
No, I probably the place here in Dubuque. They
do have good pizza.
Best pizza I've ever had.
Even in all the travels you've taken?
Everything from scratch. Everything. Go ahead.
No, just to say, I know you travel a lot, but even like for work, like even when traveling work, you didn't find like a little gem somewhere.
Yeah, the one where I'm really close to it. Yeah. The bowling alley out here has really good fucking pizza too, but
it's funny you say that. There is like 3 or 4 bowling alley pizza places in Mass that I've been to, and I don't know what
bowling alleys are always surprising with food.
I don't know why. It should be shit, mystery
right?
to me.
It should be shit, but it never is.
Around here,
it's infuriating.
The best burger joints to go to are bowling alleys.
Yes,
their food is so fucking good.
Because it's fresher food. It's not the frozen stuff that you get in most of the chain places.
No, well, yeah, but I just don't know what the fucking relationship with like a bowling alley, like why. I don't know, but like I've been to like there's about 3 or 4 here that are fucking great.
Yeah, well, you get that. You get lucky, and it could also just be that bowling alleys and pizza just go together. I guess I don't know.
Maybe. What about you, Basement? Any like memories of like a phantasmic pizza or gasmic pizza?
I have this like theory about pizza because I feel like when it comes to like a lot of us will say places close to where we live. Because you're going to like scout the area and have a bunch of different pizzas, and then you're going to find the one you really like, and you'll get that most often, and that's kind of what you're associating as the best.
Right.
I've had pizza in multiple places of the world, and I would say like some places are fucking incredibly good, but it's not the pizza it's not my pizza from where I live, you know what I mean? The one that like I was gonna say like a pizza that I had in Hungary because it was that like wood stove pizza, and it was like done really well, and it was like something it was a different taste. But when I boiled down, I'm like, if I had to order a pizza, it ain't coming from there. It's coming from the place that's super close.
Convenience. It does make the taste better.
Alpha. Yeah, sorry. No, I was gonna just say exactly what you were.
Alpha says in the chat. I've had Pizza Hut, Domino's, and Papa John's so far. I want to try Little Caesars. I have tried all of those. There's actually,
you want good pizza, you got to find that little dirty, dingy, and falling apart place hole in the wall.
You need a greasy spoon.
Little Caesars is not horrible though.
Telling me is I need to go to TIA Stadium. Fucking go there.
I think Little Caesars. Okay,
you guys know about that?
What?
That's a story. So
left basement.
I'm sorry.
Mine is just on point for the fact that like what he listed. I've had really good Pizza Hut and really terrible Pizza Hut. The problem with Pizza Hut is it's super expensive and the service isn't that great in terms of like there's no like when you compare Pizza Hut to I think the like Little Caesars has the best service ever. Because you can get a pizza in 2 seconds. Everything's just ready to go. But it also it's not as good at a whole. It's just not as good.
I agree with that.
I would say Domino's I would put Pizza Hut as the best pizza for me. Then Domino's behind it. I've never had Papa John's. And then Little Caesars. But it all depends on the time I have.
For me, as far as the chain pizzas go, Pizza Hut used to be on top, but now they use just marinara sauce for their sauce instead of making their own pizza sauce.
I haven't
See,
had
I
Pizza
used to be
Hut in a long
Domino's
time.
ride or die for a long ass time.
Domino's has always been cardboard to me.
No, they changed their crust like 6 years ago.
Yeah, and I wasn't.
It's like, no, I'll go with the sandwich or the pasta. I will not get pizza.
You know what's really good from Domino's, and those always stayed good? The Cinnasticks. If you like cinnamon.
Oh, you know what I miss from Domino's, and I've told this to so many fucking people. I'm probably sure I brought this up too. They had the fucking best dessert I've ever gotten from a chain pizza
the lava
place.
Cake thing?
No, brownie bites.
Oh, yeah. No. Their dessert shit was fucking incredible. Domino's, just in general.
Brownie bites, I would have fucking stabbed someone for them. They were so.
Oh, you can still get
good.
those though. They're sold in regular stores now. The ones that, because I worked for Domino's, and I'm like we would fucking make our food and leave and walk out with it because nobody cared. But like the Cinnasticks, the brownie bites, the
Cinnasticks are good.
Yeah,
but
the lava cake was good. The cheesesteaks, pretty much all of their like side menu is better than their main menu.
So I'm going to go back to what Heather was saying about Pizza Hut sauce, the pizza sauce.
Mm-hmm.
I used to work there, and I can tell you that was not made fresh.
It's
but
not.
The sauce is definitely not made fresh. None of the sauce is made fresh.
That's what I did. I prepped for the day.
I was a pizza maker. Can you believe it? I had the skill.
Me too.
To flop it around, take my dick out.
Well, that we didn't do. We didn't do that. But
I got fired because the actual guy was a fucking racist.
Yeah, I know. You already told that story. It's a can of tomato paste.
Mm-hmm.
Not even sauce. It's tomato paste.
I'm surprised it wasn't in like a big bag.
Butter in it, and then they put the seasoning in there, and that's it. That was it's
That makes sense when you say like they sprinkle the seasoning in there. That does make sense.
The worst pizza is pizza.
Caesars, Little Caesars.
I actually liked Little Caesars.
Little Caesars is better than pizza. Pizza is the worst.
Oh. I thought you were saying that pizza was Little Caesars.
No, pizza is the worst. Then Little Caesars is above pizza for sure.
But when you said that, their slogan's pizza.
It is. Yeah. Basement's referring to an actual place called Pizza.
Oh, you guys don't have pizza?
No, we have Little Caesars.
Pizza. We have Little Caesars too, but pizza is like rampant over here.
Like Wish.com.
It's like version. The McDonald's of pizza.
Oh, okay.
Open forever.
We have Domino's. We have Pizza Hut.
Yep.
Papa John's.
Yep.
Little Caesars.
We have a Papa Murphy's.
Papa Murphy's and Pizza Ranch.
And some of the convenience stores have their own fucking pizza.
I'm not buying that shit.
What's the name of the pizza place that was like? God, it's gonna piss me off. It's like a pizza buffet.
Pizza Hut used to have that.
No, but
Pizza Ranch. There's a place around here called Pizza Ranch.
No, it's not. It was. I've seen commercials for it, like national.
See, Boto. I used to work at Pizza Hut, and the best thing about working there is that they had the pizza buffet.
They did have a pizza buffet. Oh, okay.
Yeah, they
didn't. Now, the one where I worked at, and by where I used to live, was they didn't have. They did do that during the lunch hour, but during at night they didn't do it. Pizza buffet.
You know what was cool? It was pizza buffet. It was pizza buffet, and then it was ice cream buffet right after.
Yeah, we didn't have that. We had I can tell you the Pizza Hut that we had a Pac-Man game. Seriously.
No, I know. Just there's always some sort of arcade game that just like obscure.
Pizza Hut is like downsized majorly here, though. Like it used to be like restaurants where you could sit in. Now it's like a hole in a wall store that you can't sit in. That you can only order from.
We still have a full-blown restaurant.
We have two of them around.
Yeah, we don't have that.
Well, you live in.
My pizza experience is a bit of a cop out as far as like the best pizza I've ever had from Italy. So it's kind of like a fucking of course.
I've never been to Italy. I would like to.
Fun fact about that:
close.
Italy only started making pizzas because of America.
I found that out too. So
is it like the wood oven type shit?
Yeah.
it's so good, but
it's like duh. But we were on a school trip and we were there for like a February vacation. And so when I say we went into a little hole in the wall, I mean we were literally going down like a brick, almost like an alleyway, like fucking Harry Potter, and we literally like walked into a door that just happened to have fucking like a Bertucci's or whatever, like the Papa Gino's for anybody who's up in New England. But like you walk in, he sat down, like, all right, what do you want? So I'm like, okay, I didn't know, so I'm like, you know, fuck it, I'll just go with a margarita pizza, tomato, basil, and mozzarella. They fucking open the door, and they open the door to their fucking own private garden that had like a some sort of like sunroof or some sort of like glass roof on top that basically let in more natural sunlight. They picked the basil, they picked the tomato, and they fucking chopped everything up right there. And I watched them make it and go into the brick oven. I'm like, I'm gonna be fucking spoiled. Nothing's gonna top this. And it was exactly as good as it fucking sounds. It was fucking incredible.
I will say, like, those places.
We have a pizza pit and a fucking Rocky Rococo's too.
Yeah.
Those places in Europe that aren't like major tourist destinations, it's all super fresh food.
Yep.
Like
I said, literally watched them.
Insane.
And I saw them do that with everybody else's too. They, most of the stuff they either took out of their private garden or they had like a dairy-free fridge or freezer where they just take everything out. It was fascinating to watch that. Yes, Alpha CC's is the place I was mentioning. Yes, sorry,
Connor. What I'm going to ask you is, when it comes down to it, and you just want pizza, are you going to fucking order that Italian margarita pizza, or do you want that greasy ass fucking goodness from down the road? See, that's
I'm gonna fly 7 hours to
no,
Sicily.
but like even if it was available really close by, it would lose that luster, you know. And the greasiness is the addictiveness that makes these places popular.
It really fucking is. You're not wrong on that. It's that's the problem. So like. It's like the whole thing where it's like, you know that pizza's abusing you. I know, but I just can't get it.
Yeah.
I'll kick it, I swear. No, I will. It's funny because we actually, out of all the big chains, we have, we don't have a Papa John's near us. Not anywhere close, anywhere nearby. Pizza Hut's about a town over. Domino's can deliver fucking anywhere on fucking the moon. And then Little Caesars is actually the closest to us. And then, so I lean towards Pizza Hut because I love me some stuffed crust, but every now and then Little Caesars is great for my wallet.
It's cheap and fast. We also have 2 for $1, 3 for $1, 3 guys, Vito's.
The fuck?
Yeah, we got
3 guys, 3 for $1. I don't think those are pizza places.
No, 2 for $1 used to.
Are you on the right website?
Used to be 2 slices for like $1, but they kept the name forever.
Do you guys have any places near you that still sells by the slice?
Yes.
I don't.
It's the convenience store.
No. There's a couple pizza places.
Sounds questionable.
There's a couple pizza places that sell by the slice, and in all honesty, it's the best deal you're gonna get. Because you get 2 slices, and it's of like the largest pizza you could ever imagine. Versus getting it's basically enough pizza that it would be akin to like a small pizza.
Can you imagine walking into the convenience store? Say, yeah, do you guys make pizzas? Like, yeah. They get the. I want the large of this. The pizza, you were just talking about.
You just want to take the whole fucking thing.
85-inch fucking pizza.
Yeah, like those big, like not the square party, but like the big circular party pizza. That's
what is it about square pizza that just tastes better?
Really, I like the fucking triangle pizza.
I don't know why, but square pizza always tastes better than me. I am
the opposite.
Why.
I'm the opposite of you.
You're racist towards trapezoids.
Just like 3 sides.
It's not even an even triangle. I'll throw this out there since we're fucking going down a rabbit hole and just different conversation pieces. Let's say you guys are going to like a sub shop. So it's like sub pizza, all that stuff. If you're think of like this, like the appetizers, the standard usual fare that you see in most like pizza places, like local pizza places. If you're not getting pizza, what are you getting?
Wait, what else would be on the menu? You said subs. You said.
So like if you were doing like subs, sandwiches, like dinner.
Oh,
like,
if you're like in like a like the food center in like a mall or whatever.
Subway, take it underground, baby.
Child
No, but
rapist.
If you go to an actual restaurant, like a pizzeria type place that has the
I thought he was just saying like if you're in like a food court.
stuff like that.
I don't live in fucking New York. I don't live in a big city.
No. Sorry. Let me be more specific. So there's I'm assuming you guys have these too, but like there's like little like mom and pop like pizzeria places that also sell like they do pizzas and they also have like a list of subs they'll do, but they also do like calzones and.
We only have that downtown.
Except with the place that I like.
Yeah.
That the best pizza I've ever had. They do that. They do.
So
that.
if you didn't get so my question is if you go to one of those and you don't get pizza, what would you get instead?
Probably a sub.
What kind?
What kind of sub?
Nice thinking.
Probably a ham and cheese. I'm not too big into subs. Usually.
My other two go-tos are usually either the pepperoni pinwheels, or the ham and cheese calzone.
Calzones? I need a day. I need a day to eat those. I don't know about you guys or near you guys, but zones up here are like always like fuck. I'm like, who decided to fold a pizza onto itself? It's yeah. Heather knows. It's fucking like
weren't they called like they were called pizzones from pizza?
Zones, yeah. Like that sounds appealing. Sounds like a urinary tract infection. So but like the calzones up here are like fucking massive and heavy.
It's like a medium pizza folded on itself with a ton of toppings.
Think of a ton of stuffing too.
If you limit it to just the ham and cheese, you cut it open and you get more air in there than you do topping.
Yeah, it depends on how it's done. So and what you get in there. Like
we don't have places like that here that serve like because I think it's because of like the amount of different like cultures and races we have that everything is kind of like very specific. We make pizza. We make subs. We make fucking shawarma. We make this. Like you don't really get the.
Calzone is a pizza. What are you talking about?
It's
sort of.
It's not called a pizza.
Sauce in there.
If it was a pizza, it'd be called a pizza. You're not wrong, but
I'm not wrong. I don't know why.
I just loved Heather's just ta-da. Oh my god.
I love submarine sandwiches, but I also normally I guess in the past I'd get like a I love chicken, so anything chicken. We have like a grilled chicken sub, which is great. We have buffalo chicken sub, which is great. Pizza sub, great.
That's ironic.
I even like the
cheated.
I even like the veggie sub.
This conversation is making me want to talk about this fucking article. I can tell you that.
I'm definitely a vegetarian lover.
This motherfucker over here. You lie.
I'd like. No, I don't. I'd like vegetarian subs. Suck my dick.
You lie.
I like vegetarian subs. I'm gonna buy one and eat it right in front of you and be like, oh,
this
so
is the
fucking
same guy
good.
who would go to a ghost. Prove it.
I've seen it. I've seen people eat fucking vegetarian subs in front of me.
They're
it doesn't
good.
offend me.
No, but it's good.
I'm not saying it's not.
I don't know what you're saying.
I'm calling you a liar.
I'm not lying to you.
I'm saying, JP. Listen to this guy.
I'm gonna snap your legs.
I probably will do that on the way to bed.
Holy shit. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Boto, I always get the 6-inch sub because the 12-inch sub makes me feel inadequate. Yeah, I get to look at the 12-inch sub. I'm like, there's no way, and then I look down and cry. They got in trouble for that shit. Subway, one of them. Subway, right? Their 12-inch wasn't real 12-inch.
Oh god.
It's like, what is
Not
this?
only that, but their tuna wasn't tuna.
Yeah, and their mascot was a pedophile.
That was the least of their worries. What was that, Heather?
That was the biggest
Bread's not actually bread.
Oh my god, that fucking bullshit.
Nothing is what it seems.
It's not. Subway's a fucking bizarro world.
How did you lose all that weight, Jared? Kids. I had to chase them around. And I'm not 20 years old anymore.
What was that, JP?
Bread.
What?
Damn it. She told me why Subway sub is not bread. Because it doesn't have enough sugar in it.
No, I think it was like another. It wasn't just sugar. There was some other ingredient in there. There was like, we can't technically call it bread, which I'm like, that's fuck. Like,
it's a potato chip either, but it is.
Technically, you're not supposed to call white chocolate chocolate.
Yeah, that I much I know.
It's a brown chocolate. Don't get offended.
Racist. Oh my god, fucking hilarious. Oh god.
So speaking of food,
Tim brought us this article in our chat.
Tim brought us this article. Yeah. Jaguars, where the Jacksonville Jaguars play, TIAA Bank Field cited for 129 concession violations. What? 2 dead rodents found. This is an actual article. TIAA Bank Field, home of the Jacksonville Jaguars, was cited for more than 100 concessions violations following an inspection at the stadium during the team's November 6th matchup with the Raiders. This is per Ben Becker of Action News in Jacksonville.
I blame the Raiders then. They brought them with them.
Concession stands were inspected and examiners found 129 violations, including 7 concession stands operating with expired licenses.
Okay.
In addition, examiners found 2 dead rodents. And they put this in there specifically, 159 rodent droppings.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of good food. Where else are they going to shit?
Good food? I mean, I'm going to say, like, stadium food is the worst.
It's $15 for a fucking hot dog, and it tastes like fucking
shit.
It tastes like the bottom of a shoe and rubber.
Honestly, just starve, and once you leave the stadium, get like the greatest fucking street meat known to mankind.
Fucking hit Wendy's before I go to any of those things, or I try to go before if I can, but yeah, no.
Only good stadium food I had was at this Miller Park.
Well, they have restaurants. They don't.
That's why it's an actual fucking restaurant. And like Johnsonville has their own fucking vendor stand at that concession.
In our stadiums here, we have like the most pizza is fucking there. It's fucking everywhere. Fucking pizza. It's the worst. It's the shittiest pizza. It just operates 24/7.
And it's so shitty it makes you say their name twice.
I know. Yeah. Pizza.
Oh fuck.
That kind of leads into the World Cup thing we were talking about the other day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what? Okay. So I know we were talking about that last night on the GM mode thing. Yeah. So what the fuck is going? Oh yeah. What the fuck is going on over in Qatar?
So apparently, and this is just me paraphrasing because Basement probably knows more than I do, right? You're the one who brought this up.
I don't know that much, but I know I looked at a little bit more in depth today.
So apparently, so let's keep in mind it's a Muslim country, so they frown upon a lot of things, which one of them is pornography. They don't. Homosexuals are forbidden, and alcohol is forbidden. So apparently they're not going to sell alcohol at the soccer games. It cannot be, they don't, over in Qatar, they don't sell, you can't publicly drink. If that makes sense.
I mean, you can't publicly drink in most places, to be honest.
Isn't one of the biggest sponsors of the World Cup Budweiser?
Yeah.
So yeah. I want to clarify something because this is the thing. Like this is the thing I kind of found out today, and I'm gonna honestly I didn't look hugely into to get to the very basic fact, but it seems to be that Qatar got the World Cup while promising certain things that they reneged on at the very end. And some of that has to do with the list of like demands that people won't do. And the main thing is the no drinks being served at the stadium.
Yep.
Drinking is not illegal in Qatar. It's not. You can drink. They do fine you for public drunkenness. And you can go to jail for they put you in jail for public drunkenness, basically. But the idea was that they weren't going to be so harsh on some of those rules. And the thing that the reason I wanted to bring it up is because so many people, like, it's not cheap to go to these things.
No.
And so many of the fans aren't the fans that exist in Qatar. People coming from all around the world to be there and already paid their fee to go there. They get there, and 2 days before the event begins, they ban these things.
Yeah.
That to me for me, the way I'm looking at it is FIFA needs to offer refunds, or at least like if somebody's like, well, this is not the experience I paid for, I don't want to do this anymore. If it's gonna be this restrictive, or at least not like a refund on the entire ticket if you're gonna still watch the game, but like the price should go down and you should get something back, right? And in the end, then FIFA will have to argue with Qatar, which is the way it should go. But it just seems to be like, this is happening now, whatever.
Yeah, and so many organizations are like that, and it's ridiculous, honestly.
But then you have the people that come out and say, well, you shouldn't need to drink to watch a soccer game. It's like, well, you shouldn't need to speak, you fucking bitch. Like some people like they enjoy the atmosphere more than they enjoy the game. They're there for the party atmosphere. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go to a concert, but you can't do drugs or you can't drink. You're just there to enjoy the music. You should be happy with that. Well, if you advertise it like I can do whatever I want, then suck my fucking dick. That's false advertisement.
Exactly.
I mean, soccer is the most popular sport in the world. I don't know why they did this.
It's like having the NFL playoffs and being like, you can't drink.
Well, no, it's
like, how would that fly, really?
So you're telling me the country of Qatar reneged on their deal?
Yeah, pretty much. That's the way the storyline played out from the things I saw.
So FIFA needs to step in.
Yes.
And say you can't renege on these.
I don't think FIFA can control a country.
Exactly.
Well, they could take. Well, if it was soon enough, they could have taken.
FIFA should have never went to Qatar.
Out of Qatar and said, you know what, fuck you, we're going to another country.
They should have. Well, the thing is, you have to have certain infrastructure in place to have the World Cup take place. It's kind of like the Olympics.
But I think you can do it in the United States. You don't need to build a fucking stadium. You just need.
But doing it like overnight, that change. I do feel like
if Qatar had done this like a week after they had been scheduled to take the World Cup,
I feel like if any country is going to renege on certain things that is going to impact the fans, because that's what it's for.
Yeah.
Then fuck off. The World Cup is postponed. We're leaving, and we're suing. Because it's a breaking contract. Now, I don't know the specifics to say exactly that's what happened, but it seems to be leaning that way. And I just like, I as soon as I heard that it's taking place there, I'm like, oh my god, what a terrible! It's just not conducive to the atmosphere that the World Cup has.
No, it's not.
It's obvious that they just got paid double the money to be there because they can afford to pay them. And FIFA being the money-hungry cumbags they are, I hope this backfires massively. And I hope people actually band together and try to sue FIFA for false representation of what the event will be.
Right. No, I agree. I just... I don't... It's... Like I said, it's the most popular sport. I'm trying to find the words.
I can tell.
Most popular sport in the world, so they won't do that to the fans that are watching on TV. They won't postpone it.
They'll lose way too much money if they do. There's too much money already put into it.
Yeah,
They had to bring everybody there, set up everything.
They're fucking over those fans. Yes, it sucks that they should pay their money back if they aren't going to be offered what the World Cup offers. But I would say with the I'm enthralled by these fucking gifts. What was I talking about?
The one thing I wanted to mention, because I know a lot of people are saying like, okay, so it's the whole they don't allow alcohol. They're gonna have like smaller events for people that can't go to the actual game, or it's not the game they're going to, where it's like basically an outdoor party, probably like tented or something, where you can drink to your heart's content. So the idea of them banning it in the stadium is kind of ridiculous.
They're just shooting themselves in the foot.
If they're gonna have it on the
Qatar will never get another World Cup.
No.
In fact, we should never have a World Cup because they don't have to be nice to each other.
I mean, if
afterwards for beheadings anyway. So.
Well, I would say like personally, it's a very poor look on FIFA for going to a place that. When I looked at the list of restrictions, I'm like, this is so backwards. To go to a place that is outwardly against so many of the things that are archaic.
Yeah, I was in the same boat there when I saw that too. I'm like they're trying to milk anything they fucking.
It's kind of like the whole controversy that happened with WWE going to Saudi Arabia.
Then he pops back in.
But I will say with Saudi Arabia, at least like they allowed the women wrestlers to. It's still terrible. It's still terrible. There's really no way that it should be there. Honestly, like I don't care how much money they have, they shouldn't get what they want because of it. You're rewarding like terrible behavior because they're rich.
Basically, I think was that all the subjects that we wanted to cover?
There's only one more.
Did you want to? I know Connor, you wanted to talk about the Noir, the real Noir.
Oh yeah.
Noir we do.
So there's only one more topic. I don't know if you guys want to get that out of the way and then move to this, or do you
I'll be quick on. I'll be quick on the Noir thing. So it's up to you on which we want to do first.
Oh, I don't. Go for Noir. I gotta take a quick urine, but I'll be listening.
A quick urine. You're in trouble. The NWA situation is fucking very stupid, and it's more so stupid. What's up?
I was just saying hello to Jurgen. He said hi.
Oh, what's up, Jurgen? The whole NWA situation is fucking very stupid in my opinion, and I think it's stupid because the NWA was a very intriguing project in terms of building something from nothing, essentially nothing. I know the NWA has lineage, and that's all well. And me and JP both, our favorite belt is the NWA Championship. And what Nick Aldis did with Dave Lagana and Morgan, kind of in the behind the scenes, was they, for the first time in 30, 40 years, made not only the NWA World Championship relevant, but at least somewhat important.
Yeah.
And
so I'm going to ask you, when did they start NWA?
I want to say it was like I want to say it was 2018.
So in 1987 is when they changed the NWA. They took away the old NWA World's Heavyweight title,
the 10 pounds of gold.
The 10 pounds of gold, and transitioned it to what everybody known as the big gold belt.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Yep.
So I think it was like 1987 or 88 when they died. I'm actually watching that era right now. They're getting ready to do because I'm watching WCW. That shit's fucking great. You gotta watch it. But so that the 10 pounds of gold went away about 87, 88.
2017.
It kind of came back. It kind of came back a little bit because they were still trying to behind the scenes, but it wasn't it's a very prestigious belt in my eyes. The NWA World's Heavyweight title that Ric Flair held 8 fucking times or whatever. That belt.
It's the most prestigious out of.
I think that's what a belt should look like. and nothing else.
Right.
That's just my thought. So it's a very prestigious belt.
Yep.
But there was. Go ahead, Bill. Sorry.
Yep. No, you're good. So, Aldis really pushed and helped make the NWA and gave it the foundation it really needed, and kind of a great starting from scratch, building the foundation of what the brand would be, and slowly introducing new characters, new other wrestlers, and just slowly building up what the NWA was, up until, unfortunately, of course, the COVID. COVID came in and just really wiped it clean as far as everything a grinding halt, and then just on top of that, they started to come back in March of 2021, and then Nick Aldis, in an interview later on, revealed that he was not really trusting the direction of where he wanted the NWA. He thought the NWA, and his rule of thumb was Harley Race test. Like, could he just, if Harley Race was still alive, may he rest in peace, could he turn to Harley and say, "Hey, I'm justifying this"? Because Nick said Harley wanted nothing to do with Billy Corgan's NWA, nothing to do with NWA, until he saw Nick Aldis as champion. So Nick Aldis gave a lot of credibility to that brand, and so once Aldis announced,
put the title back on the fucking map is what he did.
I agree. So once Aldis announced that he was departing from NWA and letting his contract run up, meaning he'd be a free agent at the beginning of 2023, and then made some open remarks of just saying like he wasn't a fan of the creative direction of NWA. There were some things he didn't agree with. The NWA suspended him for the remainder of his contract, which is just a very petty fucking move to do. It's one. Okay, Nick wants to leave. Fine, I understand that. He doesn't like the way NWA is going. Also understand that. I said this on, I think, either Friday or even before that. NWA was killed off by two, or really took massive hits from the Dave Lagana leaving because the Me Too-esque thing, and then COVID. Combine that with Billy Corgan getting more involved in creative now, them switching to Fight TV and doing a paid service to watch their what used to be free weekly show, and then they're basically giving a raw dog deal to the man who carried the brand for them and wouldn't be where it was without him. It's just bad. I do not see the NWA lasting long.
Here's why I love the NWA. And if you have Peacock, go watch the it's like Mid-Atlantic Wrestling. Yeah. It's old fucking wrestling. Yes, I understand. It's old and boring. Who gives a shit? But go back and watch it. And most all the matches are fucking squash matches. Every once in a great matter of while, they would have Ric Flair come in and wrestle some mid-carder for the world title. And they used to do that all the time. It's like an hour show, and it was in a studio in front of a small crowd.
Yep.
And that's the wrestling I grew up with. But the thing is, and I think I said this backwards, but Connor, you corrected me. It's 1980s look with a I think that's what you said. It's 1980s look with a 2022 style of wrestling.
Yeah. Yes.
To a point. They still had, it wasn't.
They had there 4 or 5 guys that could kind of get Eli Drake. LA Knight was one of them.
It was really weird because it was kind of like it was still old while being new. It's the only way, because the wrestling wasn't exactly what you see on AEW or WWE. It still had like the old school wrestling and the old school people, but it was the tempo was brought up. It wasn't the continuous squash matches. I will say that, like, this is an outsider here because I never really watched NWA, and I did see a couple of the newer shows that they did. It's definitely a niche market. It's like super niche. So the way that they did it with Nick Aldis at that time when it really got relaunched, it would satisfy that niche audience greatly. I don't think it was ever really going to grow beyond that. But everything they did since that is making it completely obsolete.
Oh, the whole thing with NWA. When you hear NWA, you think of that world title. When somebody says NWA, I think the old NWA world. They made that title
But
feel
I also
prestigious.
feel like the fondness of like the old school, the smaller venues, that type of stuff sticks with people. Like I much prefer the ECW smaller venues, the Lucha Underground smaller venues. I do not like the big stadium shows. Like you lose yourself in a bunch of people that don't want to. They're there because they got tickets, but they're not necessarily like actual fans of the show too much. And
Mm-hmm.
you get these chants that kind of try to take over sometimes. I really like the small audiences of hardcore fans. That's where wrestling thrives, in my
Yep.
honest opinion. The smaller, like the ballrooms, not the high school gyms, but like the step up from that. You
Yeah.
know,
And that's the kind of feel that this show gave you to an extent.
it did feel very old school. We watched the first episode of it, and I think the second one too. It did feel very old school, but it did also have like enough new going for it. I will say Nick Aldis was the cornerstone for that. It's like getting rid of Tony Stark at the beginning of the MCU and being like, it's gonna work. You know, like I can't believe it. Like they don't realize what the worth is, and this like. I never was really a big fan of Billy Corgan in general because he's always attached to terrible decisions or controversies. This just is like the writing is on the wall for that man. Get him away from wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't know why he doesn't. Billy Corgan should have stuck to singing.
No,
He can't. Well, I liked his music back in the
I
day.
was so like, I didn't mind his music, but like from the amount of music I heard from him was enough.
I hear you.
It's
I'm just saying that's what I'm saying. He should have stuck to music because he's not very good at what he's doing right now.
it's a combination of not only creative but just poor business decisions.
I hate the fact that like anything that he's been involved with has been like just ended up in a dumpster fire. And it, like for the longest time, it's like, oh, it's Dixie Carter. Well, maybe it's everybody involved there. And I'm glad like all this is removing himself from it because he's too good for what's going on there. He is like we fucking talked about this. Like he's a perfect WWE guy.
Yeah.
Like literally the perfect WWE guy when Vince was in control. He's the perfect WWE guy, and I'd still say now with Triple H, bring him in, have a good run.
Fuck, put him in NXT. I don't give a shit.
Nope, he goes right to the main for me. He should be debuted at the Royal Rumble, and he should be in championship, whatever the championship is, maybe mid card, maybe main event by WrestleMania.
I know he was at TNA.
The problem is he doesn't have the star power because TNA. Not TNA, NWA.
That's why I said
was
put
just
NXT first.
falling apart. He needs to kind of like build a name for himself. Though if you debut him at the Royal Rumble, I think you get a pretty big pop.
I think so.
Yeah, I think so.
The people that go to those big wrestling like WrestleMania, they know wrestling. They know who he is. Of course. And especially, where is he from? Well, he's from England.
Yep.
But where's Mickey James from?
Somewhere in the southern U.S.
South, yeah.
So I would debut him there.
Texan?
Everybody's going to know who the fuck he is because of who she is.
I think.
Well, you debut him with him.
That would actually probably give him a pop, a pretty big pop, actually.
Plus, he looks the part. He can wrestle. Like, there's nothing.
Yeah.
And he can talk. He's got it all. So.
Right.
He could Mickey James. He'd get him. Get his foot in the door if that makes sense.
Yes.
And then she'll slowly wane off from him because
there's no need to really have her as his side.
The guy can go.
She could be with him and still wrestle by herself. Like I've wanted to see. I've wanted to, well, maybe yeah, but like I've wanted to see like a male wrestler and a female wrestler, where the male wrestler comes out and the female wrestler is like the valet and works on the outside, and vice versa. When the female wrestler comes out, that male wrestler comes out and works on the side. Something we haven't seen in wrestling, and it's going there anyway. So fuck, do it.
Might as well, yeah.
Fuck it. What was the last piece you wanted to mention?
The last piece was actually shared by you guys. I haven't seen this show, but the one actually this intrigued me because this shows me that Disney Plus is very unhappy with what the show is doing. They like the show, they know the show's quality, but the viewership ain't there.
It's because it took.
So just to clarify, Andor is now being debuted on regular cable TV for the first couple episodes to kind of like, I'm looking at it as like a hook, line, and sinker to come to Disney Plus, but it is a bad look on Disney Plus because they mishandled Star Wars so terribly, in my opinion, except for The Mandalorian. Everything else has kind of been.
Book and Boba they did pretty good too.
I didn't watch it. I think people like got really turned off from the last 3 Star Wars movies, to be honest with you.
It's not even just that. With this series, I mean, we're almost done watching it, but it starts out so damn slow.
It's so slow. So
it doesn't really bring you back in for the next episode.
It's also they gotta stop with these fucking. What is this? What is the end game here with Andor?
It leads into Rogue One.
Yes.
Who gives a fuck? Like, this is the problem. Rogue One, I would say, why are you making this? And then they're making something that prequels that. Like, they can't get them out of their own way.
The people were asking.
People weren't asking because apparently they're on cable TV now.
They were asking for it. Well, they wanted. That's what they wanted.
They wanted the story of Rogue One because they had all heard the story of everybody died getting us these plans.
I know there's questions behind it, but people weren't clamoring at the bit for a prequel to something we already know happens.
Well, here's the thing. We were talking about this before with the comparison between Star Wars and Marvel Disney Plus programming, right?
Black Widow.
Yeah,
that's it.
Well, no, but that's going to be everything. Everything is going to have to fall into a certain place in terms of the timeline, as far unless you go beyond.
Which is where you need to go, or way back in the past.
Are going there. It's just,
but why do this?
Are going to do that
because there's a lot of world building they can still fucking do, and there's still a lot of gaps.
In my honest opinion, they don't need to. This is like the stupid idea that people have, where like, hey, it's nostalgic. Have you ever wondered where this person got this thing? No. Have you ever wondered who shot first? We're going to analyze that. I mean, people talked about it because it was funny, but the more you know, the worse it gets. It's
Obi-Wan wasn't
sometimes
horrible.
Sometimes not knowing is better than having it explained.
Well, but it also gives the opportunity for world building of other that the movies maybe either barely touched, or gives you a better concept of an appreciation of other things.
Character that was never in the movies, that was in an offshoot movie that had to explain a small plot hole.
What small plot hole?
It wasn't a plot hole. It was
how they got the fucking. How did they get this to understand how it wasn't like Rogue One about how they got the
plans
for the Death Star.
Yeah, how did they get the plans for the Death Star? That it was filling in a plot hole that people pointed out in the first movie.
It's not a plot hole.
Well, it was omitted from the first movie.
Don't was it?
They mentioned it in the movie. They said a lot of people died. Everybody involved in getting these plans.
So if you read the scroll, if you read the scroll in episode 4, they actually said after the Death Star plan, they got the Death Star plans after the rebels' first big victory. I can't remember the whole scroll.
It's such a weird thing to make. It might not be a plot hole, whatever.
It's
such a weird thing to make a movie on.
The hardcore fans wanted to know how they got those plans.
And that's why
hardcore fans wanted to know if fucking Jar Jar Binks was a fucking Sith Lord. I don't think it's like the smartest idea to almost
Is he?
do.
That's people theorizing that because he wasn't a fucking Sith Lord. I don't know where people got that
All
from.
I'm saying is the people in charge of Star Wars horribly misstepped, or else they wouldn't be debuting it on regular cable TV.
There's a reason. Dave Filoni has a reason for doing it.
No.
Yes, he does.
So the plan was to debut this on regular cable TV because they had too many people watching it on Disney Plus.
I don't know about that.
Star Wars has not done very well for Disney.
I don't know about that.
It's been diminishing return, like in terms of like goodwill.
I don't think.
I mean, movies are going to make money anyway. Well, they should because I know they do because they made 3 movies and then stopped talking about Star Wars almost entirely.
I will say, excuse me, I will say that them premiering it on cable is not a good sign. It's not a good
sign. I'm telling you.
That's all I'll say. Whether you want to make that an
Andor, I don't care about Andor.
No, but like the thing is,
I don't know why they're doing this.
I know why, because nobody watched that on Disney Plus, and they want to get subscribers to make the cost of the show make sense.
I don't know why they're making Andor. That's all.
I don't know why they did a lot of things, but Andor is an offshoot to a movie, in my opinion, that didn't need to happen. I thought Rogue One was okay, but it was like they did Rogue One and they did the Han Solo story. Those are things that never needed to be made.
I disagree. I needed the Han Solo story as fast as possible.
They didn't need to be made at all.
According to Google, there were 624 million minutes watched of Andor on Disney Plus.
So I mean,
well, what does that mean exactly?
They're world building, and I can tell you, whatever, you're going to see characters, and then they're going to do an offshoot of those characters, and
only if it's popular. They're not going to debut Andor on regular cable if it didn't bring in the people they wanted to bring in for Disney Plus.
I hear you. I'm not disagreeing with it. I don't disagree that it should not be put on. It shouldn't be put on regular TV. Yes, that's a problem. And I said before, I don't know why they're doing Andor.
In my mind,
the show itself is slow and boring, and then where they should have ended it is where episode 6. They should have ended it right there, and then fucking had another season. The thing is now 3 of the fucking episodes were about him in a fucking prison.
In my mind, Star Wars trajectory is down. In terms of like, if I had to look at like a graph, they were going up, they were going up, they were going up. Even with the prequels, they had a slight dip, but they went up because people were still a fan. And they have gone down.
According to Google, it's still within the top 10 of the most watched original series on Disney. So it's still part of the top 10. It's just not leader of the pack like they were hoping for. That's why they are releasing it on TV.
It also depends on like what that like the statistics depending on when they're taken. If it's like Andor's debut and it doesn't reach the top 10, that's not good.
10 is still the top 10. Like 10th place is still the top 10. 10,
I don't think Andor. I think Star Wars in general is seeing a pretty harsh downturn, and yes, it's the problem that they have 2 major franchises that they can't seem to get both going at the same time. But I would say that Star Wars is.
In the last 30 days, Parrot Analytics has found that audience demand for Andor is 31.8 times the demand of the average TV series in the United States in the last 30 days. The change in demand
What does that mean exactly?
Went up to 50.7%.
But what is the average demand of TV series in the United States?
A lot.
I don't think so.
No.
I mean, just from
1% in
So if I have to look at like popular TV shows, I have heard next to nothing but Andor. I don't know anybody that's talking about it. Even the people that I know that are really big fans of Star Wars. I'm a big enough fan to want to watch it, but I don't.
I mean, it's just boring. It's not great.
That's basically what I've heard too. Is that it's a slow.
So
It's not bad, but it's not great.
I mean, I've heard the same thing about this as the Boba Fett one. So I don't. There's no intrigue in Star Wars right now. They need to get away. They need to change shit up, man.
Well, I think they're making Ahsoka.
That should hopefully be
that'll probably do well because it was attached to the best fucking program.
They actually did Tales of the Jedi.
That's done well, I've heard.
Oh,
That's animated, right? I think Star Wars animated is fine. I think it's really good.
In the same way that Clone Wars was. So
yes, it's done by Dave Filoni. Dave Filoni is the one doing
it. The animated Star Wars stuff, you probably can't go wrong. In all honesty, but like the live action stuff.
Come on, we're gonna get to 10, 9, 10, 11, 12. Let's go.
Yeah, Dave Filoni has nothing to do with this. He does give his input, but he's not directing it or anything. He's the executive producer by name, but that's about it.
I mean, Dave Filoni and Feige are kind of like, I think they're going to be like the type that are stretched too thin because of the demands of Marvel and Star Wars.
Kathleen Kennedy
can just kill herself.
Well, but she is.
That is behind this as well. Yeah, the actor is also one of the top producers.
I mean, I haven't heard that Andor is bad or anything. I feel like the people that I know that really like Star Wars, and I'm just judging it upon that and also like what I see on social media in general. There hasn't been like this super outpouring of love for anything Star Wars for years, except for The Mandalorian.
This is where I agree with you. They're making this because Disney wants content. Okay, so we'll make this fucking series about this guy who was in a movie about.
It's so like. I knew a guy that knew a guy that knew a guy.
Yeah,
why?
That's what I'm pointing out. It didn't. But this is a product of Disney wanting to make.
It's so odd to me because they haven't even like when I look at MCU, right? They kind of like blew through the big load, and at least now they're kind of like trying to like step away from the big load to get like tertiary characters. Star Wars like refuses to do it.
Well, I think there's
much more there for Star Wars to explore.
If we made more about the actual start of the Rebels, it would have been different.
I would love for Star Wars to go in the past and Star Wars to then go in the future.
This is kind of the start of the Rebels, to be honest with you, because Mon Mothma.
But that story's been told so many times.
No, but I'm saying if they would focus more on that aspect of it rather than focusing on.
I think that's why they're doing this, but they put this around
this to make money.
But that's the premise of the series. They're trying to tell you how the Rebels actually started. I disagree with having this character be the focal point.
It should have been Mon Mothma.
It should have been the fucking senators, but then it would have been a boring fucking movie about.
Thing is, Star Wars needs to find that like perfect place that the original movies landed, where they had enough like hint on the background for things while still being entertaining. The prequels lended themselves too hard to scenes of pure talking, and then they would go full action, but there was never like, and they go full action for like 30 minutes for some fucking reason. The pacing wasn't the greatest in the prequels, but the prequels weren't terrible movies.
No, the The stories of the prequel weren't the problem that everybody had. Everybody had problems with the CGI of the prequel.
I think it was the CGI and the pacing is pretty poor. The new ones I found were some of the worst movies ever made. I did enjoy the first one, but it was basically a repeat. Yeah.
Yep.
And then after that, nobody knew where things were going. So yeah.
Too, and all the fucking agenda-driven bullshit really
that's the one thing that I wish.
Of everything that happened in fucking Star Wars.
The biggest thing I hate about Disney is the ham-fisted, real-world politics / things that they want to just insert left, right, and center. People confuse the fact of, oh, you don't like that, so you must be this ist or that ist. It's not that. I just don't want you to. It's like grabbing the lowest hanging fruit and being like, see, we're like this. We love this. Fuck off, man. Like, honestly.
If they had brought it back to the actual first movies, where, yes, Leia was a strong woman, but it wasn't shoved in our face that she is your woman. It really
they kind of did with the first one.
So let me say this: they're like, oh my god, they put Leia in like a slave outfit when she was basically a slave for fucking
woman.
Yeah. Then I show you Thor Ragnarok, where they took all of his clothes off in the middle. Not Thor Ragnarok, Thor Love and Thunder, where they took all of his clothes off in the middle of the council.
Yep.
What's the difference?
An ass. An ass.
This is I fucking hate. You can't do that and then be like,
yeah, they can.
No, they can, but this is what's killing them. This is what's killing them.
Doing that to men in movies should be just as socially unethical as doing it to a woman.
Which is why it shouldn't matter. If the fucking woman's hot, put her in a take clothes. I don't give a shit. The man is attractive, take his clothes off. I don't give a fuck. Why are people like so angry about like sexualizing people?
Because
it happens every day for everybody around you.
They flick too hard.
Like, what do people not want to be human anymore? It's like, oh my god.
They flick too hard.
I hate it. It's like, oh, so how are you choosing who you want to live your life with or who you want to have sex with? Well, I close my eyes and turn in circles, and sometimes I'll pick a wall. Sometimes I'll pick a fucking hippopotamus. I don't know.
Story of my life.
I just don't understand why they can't why can't people be people anymore?
Because we forgot how.
Because walls are attractive, apparently. Anyway,
there's a glory hole, yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a dick in a wall.
Dick in the wall. Dick in the wall. I think we've covered everything at this point in time. So I think it's a good time to wrap up this one. This was a really good episode.
Yeah.
Some great flow. A lot of food and random talk in between, but fuck it, I enjoyed it.
You made me hungry again.
I know that's the problem. I'm fucking like ready to pass out.
Thanks to JP or
or what? Thanks to Basement JP Headlet for joining me, and all of you cool cats and kittens in the chat. Bodo, Alpha, Jurgen, Real Cody earlier, Tex, Tim, and all you other fine people. Make sure you listen to us on your favorite podcasting platform. Links are in the description down below. We're not doing anything on Sunday, so we'll probably see you guys on definitely not Monday. We're not doing that.
No, we're doing it. Well, I don't know. I mean, me and Heather were discussing, and I think it'd be good to do the 5 episodes and 5 and 4.
Get this shit over with.
The 5 and 4. 5 on Monday, 4 on next Monday.
Cool. So we might be on Monday. So just keep an eye out for that. But anyway,
we'll discuss. I mean,
just subscribe to the channel. You'll figure it out. Or follow us on Twitter at the Horny Goat. While Twitter is still a thing. Thank you all for tuning in. Appreciate it. JP's high is fucking smelling like ass. And we will see you guys really, really.
You ain't the only one.
Yeah, same.
Smelling like ass.
Yep.
I gotta shit my pants.
What?
Oh, it's me.
Oh, it's me. Like it's like someone shit my pants. Someone shit my pants while I was wearing them.
Nobody shit my pants.
I'm gonna shit your pants.
No, you're not. You're not going.
I'm gonna do it while you sleep.
You guys finish watching fucking that shit?
No, we're almost up. We're at episode 5.